Hello, good evening everyone. So today is the second day of exploring R for social science research. So welcome to all the participants. So before I start, for the second day, let us do a quick recap as to what we did yesterday so that we are on the same page. So I'm sharing my screen. All of you pay attention. Okay, so this is my screen. Yes. Okay, so this is your RStudio. As I said, that there are two things that you need to download. One is R base package and second is RStudio. So RStudio functions on R base package. Yes. Now, what's the difference between R base package and RStudio? R base package, it's okay if you have the syntax or commands written in some file, you can just copy and paste there and you can get the output. R base package, if you work with R base package, working will not be that user friendly. But when you talk about RStudio, uh, before your screen or in front of your screen, you can see the RStudio. I hope the screen is visible to you all. Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now RStudio, I usually say that it is a story of 4 windows. So let us do a quick recap. So the first window is script window. Here you write your script and save it. Later on, you can use it again. You did not type every time the commands, syntax, functions, and you can't remember all the functions also. Yesterday, I think Manoj Kumar was asking me that, sir, how to remember all these commands and functions. So there are so many sources. In fact, if you see the brochure, I have promised that we will use AI tools like ChatGPT to write the commands and syntax. So yesterday we saw the basics of R, so that at least we get acclimatized to it as to what R is. So the first window is script window. Second window is your calculator. Let me clean it by Control L. If I press Control L, this console section will clean. So this console section is output section. So whatever output that you want, you will get everything in the console section. So this section, the third section that you can see, this is environment section. I call it environment section, but there are so many tabs: environment, history, connections, tutorials. So here you can import and here you can clean. Everything is there. And even history, whatever we did yesterday, everything is being stored here. Okay. Yeah. So this is environment window. And the fourth window, I call it a plotter window, but it has other tabs also, files, like whatever files which is there in the directory, automatically it will be reflected here. So it has plots, it has packages. So whatever packages that you install, it will appear here. Let's say you want to see the PLSPM package. Now PLSPM package is used for partial least square structure equation modeling. So you can just check it out. Let's say if you want to check the SEM in R package, again this is a package which is used for structural equation modeling. So this package is available. So yeah, so here you have help section, viewer section, presentation section, etc. Now whenever you want to install a package, there are two commands. First is install.package. I can just type it for you so that you get very decent understanding. So see, the moment I type install, automatically computer understands. So this is the first, install.packages. So whatever package you want, that you can install it. So let's say psych package. Now psych package is very famous in social science research. Yes, it is used for performing exploratory factor analysis. It is used for generating correlation matrix. Psych package is also used for performing principal component analysis, etc., etc. So moment you just type it and press enter. I'm not doing it enter because psych is a very big package. It will take at least 2 or 3 minutes to download it. Package I've already installed. Now, one thing please note that whenever you are installing package, you require internet connection. Yes. So if internet connection is not there, you can't install a package. So let's say you are traveling. Let's say you are traveling somewhere. So better wherever you have internet access. Let's say you have internet access, you have good Wi-Fi connection in your house. So install all the packages and then invoke the library command. So first is install.packages and second is library psych. So you need to invoke it. So the moment I said library psych, so this psych package is available. All the functions, all the dependencies which are there in site package, you can easily view it. And yesterday, I think Manoj Kumar sir was asking me that, sir, how to remember all this function. So simply type psych and put 2 dots. The moment you put two dots, so automatically a window will pop up. So you can see there are so many commands: ACS, alpha confidence interval, alpha 2R. There are so many things that are available. Even data set is also available. That also can be seen by you. So packages are the most beautiful aspect of RStudio. In fact, packages have certain specialized functions which you can install, invoke it in the library, and use it for analysis. Yesterday, I said that R is one-stop solution. If you learn R, you need not learn any other software, because R is mother of all software. It can handle each and everything, whatever you think of in research. Yes. So R is that very, very beautiful. So now there is a shortcut for installing packages. You can see there is a tool section, tool in the tab section. So simply in the tool section, you type install.packages. Automatically a window will pop up, and here you simply type psych. The moment you press psych, click on the install dependency. By default, it will be clicked, and just install it. So R is that easy. Yes. I'll tell you that I've been conducting workshops on R for almost 4 years. And after attending workshops, people go and practice, and they are on their own toes. They remove all their fear from their mind, and for all their analysis, for writing papers and all, the people use R. I'll tell you one interesting thing. I think 2 years back, I was conducting a Zoom workshop on partial least squares. So there was one participant from Chennai, and she enrolled it, and she was a faculty in computer science. And she had learnt about R, but she was not that confident. So after attending that 10 days workshop, which I took in July 2021, she wrote a paper, published in a Scopus journal, and she texted me, sir, I used R for analysis, and I presented my paper in a Scopus journal. And also she's teaching R to her students in college. So after attending that workshop, so what I mean to say that wherever you attend workshops, but unless you don't practice, you will never get hands-on what you call as understanding of the R. So that's why practice is very, very important. And today we'll go to ChatGPT. We'll use artificial intelligence, and we'll see how to get a customized syntax from ChatGPT. So now you can use ChatGPT. You need not remember all the functions, all the commands, all the packages. You need not remember it. Simply go to ChatGPT and write R syntax for descriptive statistics, R syntax for PLS SEM, R syntax for multi-level modeling, R syntax for time series analysis. So whatever you want, everything you can get it on ChatGPT. Now things are becoming so simpler with the advent of artificial intelligence. Okay. So these are some of the commands that we should remember. Okay, so let us do a quick recap. So yesterday, what we did first, okay, so we saw the basics of social sciences, all the ontology, epistemology, positivism, post-positivism. We saw the philosophical underpinnings of social science. Then we started with R, and first thing that we did in R was basic arithmetic. We started with basic arithmetic. We started with basic arithmetic in R. Plus, minus, division, multiplication, square root, pi, square, cube, yes, log. These basic things we practiced. Okay. Then second thing, what did we learn? We learned how to create vectors. Can anybody respond in the chat section? What are vectors? What are vectors? Very important.
Store the data, sir. Like if X, creating X or Y and store the data, then after when we do some multiplication, substitutions, then we need to put the data. The data is already stored in that.
Yeah, Chumki is correct. So vector, to put it simply, it is used to store a value. Let's say you are writing a 10-line syntax. Now, when you do model robustness checks in higher level modeling and all, there you write 10-line syntax. Now it is practically impossible to remember everything in your head. So there you simply create a vector name X, or simply create a vector in the name of A, and write the 10 lines. That vector will remember everything. So vector is used to store value. The moment you create vector in the console section, automatically it will be reflected in the environment section. So vector you can create also, vector you can remove also. Ranjita, just a request. Can you mute yourself, Ranjita? Ranjita.
Sir, it's already mute, but I'm not able to unmute it again.
Okay, why is it so? But see, today everybody can talk to me now.
I really have issues in unmuting, sir. I'll try back again once leaving the meeting again, okay?
Okay, Ranjita. If anything is
Yes,
there, you
sir.
put it in the chat section. I will
Yeah,
help you out.
sure. I'm traveling, so that's the issue.
Achha.
Anyways, like I'll just try to unmute it, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we started with vectors. Then after that, we learned how to create a matrix. What is matrix? Matrix is nothing but rows and columns, putting things in rows and columns. But when you create a matrix, you will not have the column name. You will not have the column name. Yes. So now column name is taken care by data frame. So we also learned how to create a data frame, and the command is data.frame. Command is data.frame. Yes. After this, what did we learn? Then we learned descriptive statistics. Okay, Manoj sir is there today.
I'm sir here only.
Yeah, okay. Manoj sir is there. So descriptive statistics. So just a second. Let me put a hashtag. If I put a hashtag, R will not read it, so that I can explain. Descriptive statistics. So which were the command in descriptive statistics? First is minimum, min, min. Yes, just remember this command. Huh? Then there is max. Okay. Then there is mean. Yeah. Then there is median. Okay. How to calculate mode, by the way? How to calculate mode? Mode is not available in the base package. You require a package called modist. Yes. So for mode, the command is mfv. But just remember, this mfv command is available in Moody's package. Moody's package. Just remember, if you don't install Moody's package, most frequent value mode command will not work. Yes. Okay. And then there was mother of all command summary. Mother of all command summary. Summary is the most used command in R. Every time people use summary. Is that clear? Then after that, which were the other descriptive statistics? So when you talk about minimum, maximum, mean, median, these are all your measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. You go at the center of the data. Then second is your measures of dispersion. When I talk about measures of dispersion, we have standard deviation. Yes, we practice standard deviation. Then there is variance. Variance is nothing but square of standard deviation. Yes. Then after that, we have skewness and kurtosis. Skewness and kurtosis, in order to understand the spread in the data. Now, just remember, the skewness and kurtosis, they are in moments package. Moments package. Just remember all these things. Skewness and kurtosis. If you type skewness, it will show you error. If you type kurtosis, it will show you error. So skewness and kurtosis, these two commands are there in psych package. Yes. Any other thing that we learned? Yes. Other than this, standard deviation, variance, skewness, kurtosis.
Correlation, sir. Correlation.
Yeah. Okay. Then after that, we saw the data set which is there in R. R has lot of inbuilt data sets in its memory that you can use it. I think Jumki or some, I think Amrapali madam, they were asking, sir, can we use the data set which is there in the R memory and we can write papers? Yes, of course you can do that, but something innovative you need to come out. And definitely if you're using the memory which is there in the R, you need to cite the authors who have given that data set. Now people do it. So if you simply type data and close the bracket, automatically in the script section, you will see that R has a lot of inbuilt data sets into his memory. Other than inbuilt memory, which is there in the data set, every package that you install in R will have data set. Now, my favorite package is psych package. Yes. So if I type psych, put 2 dots, here you can see there are so many. See this. BECH told. This is the data set. See, can you see the symbol? Symbol is like a matrix symbol. You can see a box kind of a thing. And if you see this blue brick kind of symbol, these are functions. This brick kind of symbol are functions. The moment you see this Excel sort of symbol, these are data sets. So this is a BFI data set. Very famous data set. It talks about 5 types of personality, BFI keys. So every package will have data sets into it, and which are very big data. More than big data. In fact, there are people who have loaded around. If I talk about this BFI data, it has 2,800 observations. So let me tick here. So psych this year, if I just take it, see. So this data set, it has how many rows? 2765 rows. I mean, other rows are also there. So total 2800 data set it is there. And this data set, you can take it in your outside the computer. I'll show you today that command, how to take the data set which is there in R into an Excel file into your computer. That also we can do. Yes, okay. So data sets are there in R, and every package that you install, it will have certain data, because the person or the researcher who develops package, they also has to give they also has to they have to give their data so that people can go and practice. Yes, okay. So these are some of the basic things that we learned. And of course we learned about correlation. So in correlation we basically learned two commands. So you remember that we have a cars data. Yes, cars data, speed and distance. So if you want to calculate correlation, yes, first attach the file. Why to attach the file? Why to attach the file? Anyone? Why to attach the file? If you don't attach the file, you can't use the column. I think Jumki was asking me one question, how to calculate descriptive statistic frequency of particular variables, or for that matter, a particular column. So you need to attach that particular file. So if I simply type core, and if I type speed, test, now you just have to remember, if the file is saying dist dist, you need to write dist dist. Don't write distance, otherwise it is going to show me error. And if you press enter, so the correlation between distance and speed is 80%, which is a very high correlation. Any correlation above 0.70, any correlation above 0.70 is a decent correlation. We say it has a strong positive correlation. There one more command we saw, there is something known as core.test. Now this command, you can use it for your hypothesis testing, because here you get p-value, t-value, and confidence interval. So whenever you want to test a hypothesis, just focus on three things: p-value, t-value, and confidence interval. So p-value, ideally it should be less than 0.05 in order to reject the null hypothesis. T, at 95% confidence interval, it should be equal to or greater than 1.96. In confidence interval, you should find that whatever value, the correlation value that you are getting, it should fall between the two, lower confidence value and upper confidence value. So there are three ways by which you can reject or reject a null hypothesis or fail to reject a null hypothesis. Hope we are on the same page. Yeah, okay. So now let us proceed. So this was just a flashback or a recap as to what we did yesterday. So today what we are doing is that today we'll focus on all the statistical tests which are there in order to test hypothesis. In fact, today we are going to talk about parametric test and non-parametric test. Now, even in advanced statistics, these tests are used. Okay, parametric and non-parametric test. Okay, so when I talk about parametric test, let me put it this way. Let me start my caps lock. So this is, I'm just typing it. I'm not writing any command. So now whenever I conduct R session, I use the console section to write so that people can see what is happening there. Okay, so let me say parametric test. So what all things comes under parametric test? Hello audience, what all things, or which are the tests which is covered under parametric test? Yes, Manojji.
Sir, t-test.
Okay, so t-test, there is a family. Yeah, so let me t-test family. So okay, Neha was saying something. So we have t-test.
Z-test, t-test.
Z-test basically people don't use now.
Yes, sir.
So t-test, when I say t-test, it has one sample t-test, then independent sample t-test, then paired sample t-test, then again ANOVA. ANOVA is nothing but extension of t-test. So yes, one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, three-way ANOVA, factorial ANOVA, these are. So just remember, let me go slow because I think there is one person, I think his Aditya name hai kya, Durgesh naam hai shayad. I think he is from industry and he wants to learn art so that he can optimize his performance and he can do better. And this is precisely I also want that after attending all this workshop, people should be on their own toes. Yeah. So when you talk about t-test, Durgesh ji, pay attention. So first is one sample t-test. So let me write as if everybody is layman, and even I am layman. Just take it that way. So one sample t-test. One sample t-test. Okay. Then we have independent sample t-test. We have independent sample t-test. Okay. Then we have paired sample. Very good, Mohammed. Paired sample t-test. We have paired sample t-test, and then we have ANOVA. We have ANOVA. Okay. So one way ANOVA, factor ANOVA. Mohammed, you're correct. Adnanji, you're correct. Yeah. So just remember, and then we talk about non-parametric tests. So when you talk about non-parametric test, come on, which are the non-parametric test? Non-parametric test. In R, it is so simple.
Chi-square, sir.
Pardon, chi-square test is there. Okay, but see, in parametric test, there is one sample t-test. So there is an equivalent to one sample t-test. There is an equivalent to one sample t-test, which is known as Wilcox signed rank test. Let me put it. Wilcox signed rank test. Then we have something known as Mann-Whitney U test. Just remember, these are standard tests available. You take any textbook on statistics, you'll find all this test. There is no rocket science. Yeah, okay. So there is Mann-Whitney U test. Okay. Then for ANOVA, we have Kruskal-Wallis test. And I think Manoj sir said chi-square test. Chi-square test. So we'll see all this test today. In a just few commands here and there, type, automatically you'll get output. So chi-square test. So these are some of the tests which are available. Now, all of you now pay attention. I'm slightly on a faster side because I presume that at least you have some understanding of this. Yeah, but please flow with my flow. Yes, because today we have to cover a long journey till 9:30, 4 hours non-stop. Yeah. Okay. Now, please understand the difference between parametric test and non-parametric test. Yeah, please understand. Now, when I say parametric test, these are tests which are very robust, very stringent, and come with certain riders. Parametric tests are robust, stringent, and come with riders. Means if assumptions are satisfied, then only you can go for parametric test. If assumptions are violated or if assumptions are not fulfilled, you can't go for parametric test. Just remember this. So when I say parametric test, they are more robust. Robust means they are very accurate. Yes, they come with assumptions. Now let us see what are the assumptions in parametric test. Okay, so there are assumptions in parametric test. Let us see which are the assumptions. Okay, which is the first assumption in parametric test? Adnan ji, Mohammed can answer. I think he answered all the. Mohammed ji. Okay. Yes, Neha is there.
Yes, sir.
Neha, which are the assumptions in parametric test?
So mean, median, mode is equal. Skewness,
Okay.
kurtosis is 4.
It means mean, median, mode is equal. It means your data should be normally distributed.
Yes, sir. Bell shape.
Bell shape. When you say mean, median, mode is equal, it means the slope of my curve is bell shape and my data is normally distributed. So when you yes, Mohammed ji, come on. Second, those who want to speak, you can speak. So when I talk about parametric tests, there are assumptions. First assumption is normality assumption. Yani your data should be normally distributed, evenly distributed. Okay. And second is homogeneity of variance. Homogeneity. Please forgive me for spelling. Homogeneity of variance. So parametric test, if these two conditions are satisfied, normality and distribution means your data should be normally distributed. And second, variance should be same across two groups. Variance, what is variance? Variance is square of standard deviation. Let us simplify matter, standard deviation. Let us not call variance. Variance is nothing but square of standard deviation. Yesterday we saw that command VAR. Yes. So standard deviation across two groups should be same. These are two assumptions. Okay. So now let us cover this parametric test and non-parametric test. And after that, we'll go for advanced correlation. Then we'll go for.
Sir, what is the meaning of two groups here?
Two groups, sir. Let's say when you are running independent sample t-test or when you are running ANOVA.
Sir,
So
like
there
if I'm going for, sir, if I'm going for one sample t-test, then?
In one sample t-test, this homogeneity of variance condition is not there.
Exactly, sir. Thank you, sir.
In ISTT, independent sample t-test and ANOVA.
Then there is a need of homogeneity of variance.
Homogeneity of variance, yes, but normally yes. I mentioned it at the outset. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
So let me erase the screen. So far, let me presume that everybody is on the same page. Yes? Any query, any doubt? If you want me to go slow, please tell me. Accordingly, I will reduce my speed. So till 7:30.
Am I audible?
Yes, Ruman. Yes.
Yes, sir. So can we check the normal distribution through the skewness or kurtosis?
100%, sir. Yesterday we did check it. 100%, okay, sir. So I will show you that how to check normality. In fact, there are so many standard tests available in R that you can use it. And just a click of button. Again, to remove fear from participants, if, those who are shy of using R, they find it's a programming language. If you know how to use calculator, you can use R. I put it that simply. If you can use calculator, we all use calculator, no? So if you can use calculator, yes, sure, you can use R also. Okay? Okay. So let me erase. Let me erase. Okay. So let us start. Let us start. Yesterday, if you remember, we saw this. Yes, Manoj. Achha, participant, just a request. When you have a query, you can unmute. You can ask any question. So when we are discussing, we'll be on mute mode. Huh? Just a request to all of you. So yesterday we saw this reverse data set, which is there in the memory of R. So let me bring this data set again. The moment I type reverse, Nadi ka English translation is reverse. The moment I type reverse, I get some data. And if you want to know more about this data, simply type question mark RIWERS. Yes. The moment you press question mark reverse, here you can see in the plot section, there is help tab. Automatically it becomes active and it is giving you information about this. So in R, whenever you are stuck up, just give question mark and just write that command or just write the name of the data. You will get to know the details about that data. So let us see about this data. So this data reverse, here it is saying reverse, it is a data set. Yes. Lengths of major North American rivers. The data set gives the length in miles, of 141 major rivers in North America as compiled by US Geological Survey. And format, it is a vector. See, reverse data set is a vector. Means in reverse, somebody has fitted 141 observation. Now, just imagine how tedious it would have been to you if you would have remembered this 141 data set. So somebody created a vector called reverse and stored 141 values into it. So that's why it is saying it is a vector. A vector means a vector is used to store value in R. Yes, and it was given in 1975, and this is the author reference. So if you are using reverse data set, you have to cite this author, McNeil Dr. 1977. Okay. So now let us apply one sample t-test. One sample t-test, which is a parametric test. Now the question is when to use one sample t-test. Very important. Many people are confused. They don't know when to use which test. Let's say if you have a univariate data. Univariate means one variable. When I say univariate, it means one variable. When I say bivariate, it means two variables. When I say multivariate, it means it has more than two variables. Now, if you see reverse data, it is only one variable. It is just measuring length of American rivers in miles. Only one. Now, let's say some fellow comes and tells that the average length of rivers in America is 450 miles. Somebody makes a claim. Somebody makes a claim. somebody, let's say कोई अमेरिका जाके आया, somebody went to America and stayed for 10-15 days, he roamed there and he came back to India. Now he's telling his friends the average length of rivers in America is 450 miles. Yes? Oh, is it a genuine claim? See, people make a lot of claim, no? I'll tell you an interesting fact. Please flow with me. In my childhood days, I used to stay at Kurla, Mumbai. So, वहाँ पे मतलब पहले क्या होता था? Let's say somebody, you know, Mumbai. I think most of you are from south, north. I don't know how many of them from Mumbai. But मुंबई में भजिया बिकता है. भजिया मीन्स बोलेगा तो लेंटिल के अंदर वो आलू वगैरह डाल के बनता है. तो एक लड़का हमारे इधर बोलता मैंने इतना बड़ा भजिया खाया. मैंने इतना बड़ा भजिया खाया. अरे इतना बड़ा भजिया होता है क्या? भजिया छोटा होता है ना. तो पूछा कितना कितना कितना, तो कम हुआ. कितना कितना कितना, कम हुआ. So normally people make very tall claims at the outset. अरे मेरा बेटा क्लास में फर्स्ट आया. अच्छा फर्स्ट आया, कितना, कहां से फर्स्ट आया, आगे से आया कि पीछे से आया? See, sometimes people make very tall claims. So whenever a claim is made on anything, you need to check that claim. You need to check that claim. And please note that mean is a very, very deceptive, a very tricky measure. Never trust mean. If you are really a statistician, you should never trust the mean. Mean हमेशा धोखा देता है. I'll tell you, मैं एक example आपको देता हूँ. There was one person who wanted to cross a river. एक बंदा था, उसको नदी क्रॉस करना था, and somebody told कि the average depth of this river is 5 foot. 5 foot. And the person was 6 foot tall. He said, okay, I'll just walk it. I will just ride it. The moment the person went in middle, there was a 11-foot trench and that person drowned. Why? Because he trusted the mean. Never trust the mean. Never trust the mean. Mean is always deceptive. Dhokha deta hai. Okay? Yes. Now, yes, Manoranjan ji, please mute yourself.
Sir, just one query.
Go ahead, sir.
Sir, like you said that, sir, like statisticians should not trust the mean. Like, sir, if the data is sufficiently large, then like I think, I mean, it is, trusting mean is like a better like option.
First of all, okay. If the data is large, should we trust or not? Is this your question?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, okay. Should you trust the mean or not? See, first of all, mean is not bad also. Mean is not bad also. What is mean? It's a measure of central tendency. It takes you to the middle of the data.
मीन अगर तुम देख रहे हो तो सार धोखे में हो.
अल्ताफ जी, आपको कुछ कहना है? आप बोल सकते हैं. See, the floor is open. Manoj sir has a question that if data is large, we can rely on mean or not. I think this is his question. See, first of all, what I'm saying, mean is a deceptive number. Okay. Jesse, this person claims that the average length of rivers in America is 450. Just check, is there any river with 450? Not a single river. Just check.
But I think like his claim is not based on a large number of rivers.
That's
Maybe
why
you would have not seen a single river. On the basis of that, I mean, we should also be careful about like who is making the claim.
That's why. See, a lot of people claim. Now, a two-wheeler company will claim that the mileage that our bike gives is 75 kilometer per liter. A big reputed brand is making, Hero Honda, let's say it's making 75 kilometer per liter. Now you buy a new bike, put 1 liter petrol and see it goes up till 60. It goes till 60. So now the company has made a wrong claim.
So that is a matter of hypothesis testing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When people make claim around mean, you should not trust it so easily. You need to verify it. I'm not saying don't trust a mean 100%. At least mean will give you how, but also mean is sensitive to outlier. Please remember this. That's why people go for standard deviation. Okay, not to dispute you, you're correct. You should be cautious when you take mean, but see the spread in the data whenever you are relying on the mean. That is important. That was precisely what I want to say. Now a person goes to America and he says the average length of river in America is 450 miles. Now let us check it. Now see, now remember that whenever you are testing a hypothesis. So there are two things. First is null hypothesis. Null hypothesis denoted by H naught. So what will be my H naught? H naught. See, H naught is mu. You know mu? There is a symbol. Okay, let me put it this way. Let me use my Microsoft whiteboard. Okay.
Population means, sir.
Population mean. Yeah, you're correct. Now all of you just pay attention. So somebody is claiming that, okay, so what is my null hypothesis? Null hypothesis is that mu is equal to 450. Yani, see, when a person, see, hypothesis is always for the population, not for the sample. Whenever a person is making a claim that the average length of river in America is 450 miles, he's making for all the rivers in America. So whenever you frame a hypothesis is always for the population. But testing is done through sample. All hypotheses that you see, wherever, in whichever category of journal, wherever you see hypothesis is always for the population. But testing is done on the sample. So my H naught, now population mean, all of you just pay attention. I'll just put it here. So population mean is denoted by a symbol that is known as mu. This is a symbol mu, population mean. So population mean is equal to 50. This is the claim the person is making and I need to check it. So if my null hypothesis is mu equal to 450, so my alternate will be it is not equal to 450. It will be not equal to 450. So my null hypothesis is this and my alternative hypothesis is this. Now I need to check this. The person is making a claim that average length of river in America is 450 miles. Now I need to check it. So how to check it? So let me again draft here. This is 450 and here H naught mu is not equal to, I can't use not equal to symbol here, equal to 450. Yeah, okay. Now how to check? Now see, whenever you have univariate data, as per rule, you have to use one sample t-test. So the command is t.test. The command is t.test. So now how to use this command? So let us take help section. See, t.test, one sample t-test. So see, it's students t-test performs 1 and 2 sample t-test. So it can perform one sample t-test. It can also perform independent sample t-test. In independent sample t-test, you will have two variables. We'll come to it later on. Now we have only one variable, length of rivers in America. There are no other variable. See, this is the syntax. T.test x comma y equal to null alternative. Now when you say mean is not equal to 50, it's by default, it's a two-sided test. Okay, and mu whatever it may be. See, this entire function is written here and you need to use it. So if you go down again here, it will be operationalized. They have given all in detail. So you can borrow the codes from here also. Syntax, you can borrow it from here. So let me simplify the matter. So t.test, yes, data is reverse, mu equal to 450. Let me check it. Simple. 2-3 बटन मैंने दबाया, एक लाइन मैंने लिखी, आंसर आ गया. Let me erase it. Let me erase it. And let me go back. Which is, this is my null hypothesis. Yes. Upper arrow key. This is my alternative hypothesis. Yes. And this was the command that I typed. T.test, which is the data. First, you need to provide the data. Data is reverse data. What is reverse? Reverse is a vector which has observation of 141 data. And mu equal to 450. Press enter. Yes. Now, should I accept the null hypothesis or should I reject the null hypothesis? Okay. Can anybody other than Manoj sir? Can anybody respond?
Yes.
I think Manoj sir can answer very nicely. I want somebody else to respond. Then if others are not responding, then Manoj sir will respond. Come on. Yes. Audience, come on. See the output. Analysis is not a big thing. You put data into the machine, something or the other will come out. But interpretation is very important in statistics. Anybody would like to volunteer?
So we need to accept the hypothesis.
We need
as
to.
the p-value is less than the 0.005.
Okay, so Roman is saying we need to accept the hypothesis. We'll come to it later on. Anybody else would like to give a try? Thank you, Ruman, for responding. We'll come to your answer. Whether it is correct or not correct, we'll come to it. Anybody else would like to give a reply?
Sir, I also think we should accept, because the p value is like less than 0.05, because the value is showing that 0.0089. So
you will believe in that claim that the average length of rivers in America is 450. Chumki.
Yes, sir, because p value showing that.
Okay, okay. Chumki is also, Chumki has a view similar to Rumanji. Okay. Anybody else would like to give a try? Then we'll go to Manoj sir. Come on, yes.
So since t value is greater than 1.96.
So p value is less than 0.00 something. So Asil, what will you do?
So t value, the t.
T value. Okay, t value, p value, confidence interval, whatever it may be.
Accept.
Asil ji will accept. 3 people are accepting. Let's hear from Manoj ji. Manoj ji, what is your answer?
Then I think we have to accept the alternate hypothesis.
You have to accept the alternate hypothesis or null hypothesis?
Sir, we have to reject the null hypothesis.
Yeah, see, 3 of you have made. See, now accepting or rejecting null hypothesis, believe in three things. Three. You have to focus on 3 things. Huh? Accept or reject. First, focus t value. What is my t value? My t value is greater than 1.96. 3.3946 is bigger or 1.96? कौन सा बड़ा है? My t is greater than 1.96. If my t value is greater than 1.96, I will reject the null. यानी उस आदमी ने जो क्लेम किया था ना कि जो average length of river in America is 450, it has to be rejected. Simply looking at the t value. Second, see the p value. P is less than 0.05. Normally people don't see p and all. People go for p value. So my p is less than 0.05. Reject the null. उस आदमी ने झूठ बोला है. The average length of rivers in America is not 450. Alternate. इधर क्या बोल रहा है? True mean is not equal to 450. We are getting evidence in support of this. And see ये confidence interval देखो. इस confidence interval में ये आपका 591 आ रहा है ना? मेरा मीन कितना है? मतलब वो आदमी बोला था कि रिवर्स का मीन है 450, लेकिन सारे नदियों का जो मीन है वो 591 है. The mean of all rivers in America, 141 rivers in America, is 591. Matlab, the person was saying 450, actual mean turned out to be 591. So null is rejected. It means the average length of rivers in America is not equal to 450. This is what we will conclude. Yes, please understand that statistics is meant to take decisions. Statistics is meant to take decision. Any software, no matter, yesterday we had a discussion around why to use R, why to use Excel, and so many things. You use any software, statistics is going to remain the same. Output is going to remain the same. Yes, decisions are important. Now again, now nobody questioned me that, sir, why didn't you check the assumption first? How can you straight away apply t-test? This is a univariate data, so my data should be normally distributed. चलो, पहले मुझे distribution check करना चाहिए था data का. उसके बाद मुझे t-test लगाना चाहिए था. I did it purposefully so that you should understand. Now in statistics, whenever you are applying parametric test, please note to it that first you need to check the assumptions. If assumptions are satisfied, then go for the test. Okay. Now how to check the normality in data? Normality. I'll show you lot many methods. Huh? Normality in data. How to check the normality in data? ये reverse का data है, ये normally distributed है कि नहीं है? How to check it? The easiest method is type histogram बनाओ उसका histogram. Simply type hist and type reverse. Can you see this river? यहाँ पे ये diagram दिख रहा है आपको? Can you see this? This data is positively skewed. ये bell curve की तरह दिख रहा है क्या? Bell curve माने ऐसे bell की तरह होना चाहिए. It means the reverse data set is not normally distributed. Technically, you can't go for t-test. Okay. यहाँ से another method is plot. Just plot. I'm just plotting it. Can you see this? I can change the color also. R is so powerful that I can change the color of it. ये data कैसा दिख रहा है? See, maximum data, if you focus on this data, or if you focus on this diagram, see, maximum जो अमेरिका में जो नदियां है ज्यादातर वो 1000 के नीचे है. 1000 के नीचे क्या 550 मतलब 750 के नीचे ज्यादा है. Okay.
Sir, how to change the color?
Okay. Press upper arrow key, sir. N col equal to 2. Just a second. Just a second. Just a color equal to. Color equal. Just let me check. Color equal to. I'll change the color also. See, the color is changed. Can you see? Earlier it was black color. Now it is red color. So in fact, I'll show you. So Manoj ji, simply type plot, question mark plot, and go here. Here you can give the color also, whichever color you want. See, this is a big command. This is a plot command, and whichever color you want, you can give. Somewhere it must be there that how to change the color and all. In fact, if you go down, see here people use lot many colors. Faro, lot many things are there. By the way, Manoj ji, you should learn this package, GG plot 2.
Sir, I have decided to work on R now.
Thank you.
I have been working on Stator for the last 10 years.
Okay.
Now I've decided to shift on R.
Achha, okay, good. I'm happy. So GG plot to explore this package, you will draw a wonderful diagram, even 3D diagrams. And recently I was searching on the web, I came across that even ऐसे ब्यूटीफुल डायग्राम आप आर में बना सकते हो. ऐसा वो उड़ता रहेगा ऐसे, वो मतलब मैं क्या बताऊं उसको, एकदम लाइव ऐसा एनिमेटेड डायग्राम्स इन आर. I am yet to explore that. In fact, I should take a separate session on data visualization using R. So data visualization, again, it's a very interesting topic. So ऐसे है, ठीक है, चलो. So पहले
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Go ahead. Yes, Manoranjan ji. Yes.
Sir, when we are conducting a t-test, so before going to t-test, there are t-test assuming equal variance and unequal variances.
So that is for, sir, when you have two variables. I'll come to it. So equal variance and not, when I will be doing independent sample t-test, sir, I will show you that. I'll check both the assumptions. First is normality assumption and second is your homogeneity of variance assumption. Manoranjan ji, to answer you, this is a reverse data set. This is a univariate data, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here there is no question of homogeneity of variance. Homogeneity of variance should be across groups. When you have minimum 2 groups. So in independent sample t-test and in ANOVA, we will check that homogeneity of variance test.
Sir, sample size here is
sample size is, sir?
Actually, sir, the when we are conducting t-test, the size should be 30, equal to 30.
Actually, I'll tell you. See, standard textbook like CR Kothari, if you take, no, actually, sir, in R there is no such thing called Z test.
Okay.
Z test. There is no Z test. There is no Z test in R.
Okay.
Normally, t-test is a standard test, sir. Standard test. Just remember this. Normally, there are some textbook like CR Kothari and all where they have given if you have less than 30, use t-test. If it's more than 30, then use Z test. Actually, there is no Z test, sir. There is only t-test. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So
I have a query, sir.
Yes.
So how can we go for the kurtosis or skewness for checking the normality of this data?
Rumanji, I will show you. I'm just coming to that only. For normality, you need to check skewness, kurtosis. Yeah. Rumanji, just pay attention. Now, whether to see your data is normally distributed or not, there are certain graphical methods like histogram plot. See this QQ norm. If I type QQ norm, press enter. See. I'm showing you graphical method, Rumanji. I will definitely test skewness and kurtosis for you separately, sir. Don't worry. So see this line is not straight. See this bubbling lines, they are not straight. Again, let me draw one more. QQ line. QQ line, reverse. Let me change the color so that it becomes color equal to 3 or color equal to, let's say, 5. See this. See, these are bubbles, and the line is not सीधा नहीं है. Normally, your data will be normally distributed when this line this line is exactly cutting across this bubble. So diagram is telling me that data is not normally distributed. histogram, plot, QQ norm, QQ line. 4 diagrams are telling me data is not normally distributed. Okay. Now let us do one thing. Okay. Let's answer Rumanji's query. Rumanji wants to check skewness. So let me check skewness. Skewness reverse. Rumanji क्या आ गया? Skewness मैंने दबाया तो error. It is showing error in skewness reverse could not find function skewness. So function हाँ normally क्या है मालूम है क्या? ये skewness command है Rumanji. Skewness is there in package called moments. So there is a package called moments. मैं यहाँ पे चेक करता हूँ. Rumanji जरा स्क्रीन पे ध्यान देना. यहाँ पे पैकेज है, यहाँ पे टाइप करो moments. MOMENTS. ये देखो moments पैकेज है. Rumanji दिखा?
Yes sir, yes sir.
हाँ इसमें है देखो स्क्यूनेस कुर्टोसिस, ये फंक्शन मोमेंट्स में. तो यहाँ पे मैं टिक करता हूँ और इसको सेलेक्ट कर देता हूँ. देखो टिक करने से यहाँ पे ऑटोमेटिकली आ गया. सिंपल, लिखने की जरूरत भी नहीं पड़ा.
Or sir, can we go directly by typing this library and within a bracket moment?
हाँ कर सकते हैं, ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं. अब रुमन जी देखो, अब मैं वापस स्क्यूनेस कमांड दबाता हूँ अपर एरो की. सी रुमन जी क्या दिखा रहा है स्क्यूनेस? कितना है स्क्यूनेस?
3.18.
हाँ एक्चुअली रुमन जी स्क्यूनेस 0 होना चाहिए या क्लोज टू 0 होना चाहिए, बट स्क्यूनेस मेरा 0 नहीं है या 0 के आसपास नहीं है. इट मींस माय डेटा इज नॉट नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड. अब कुर्टोसिस देख लो रुमन जी. कुर्टोसिस
Sir, is the skewness value is a negative also?
नेगेटिव भी हो सकता है, बट ना ये स्क्यूनेस कुर्टोसिस ये एक रफ इंडिकेटर है नॉर्मेलिटी जानने का. एक्चुअली आप 3 टेस्ट है, मैं उसको बताता हूँ रुमन जी, जस्ट पे अटेंशन. अब कुर्टोसिस भी चेक कर लो रुमन जी. रिवर्स कुर्टोसिस का क्या वैल्यू है रुमन जी, जरा चेक करो.
Yes sir, it's 16 plus.
हाँ ये आपका लेप्टोकर्टिक है, मतलब कुर्टोसिस आपका मिनिमम वैल्यू 4 होना चाहिए. ये 4 के ऊपर है, मैंने आपका डेटा ऐसा पीक है, ऊपर जा रहा है. ये मतलब नॉर्मेलिटी तो वायलेट हो गया. मैं तो हिस्टोग्राम देख के ही समझ गया था कि माय डेटा इज पॉजिटिवली स्क्यूड. अब नाउ बट स्टिल व्हाट आई वुड से, these are some of the indicators which will give you an understanding whether your data is normally distributed or not. Now there are tests available. अब सब लोग ध्यान देना, 3 टेस्ट है नॉर्मेलिटी चेक करने का. सबसे पहला शापिरो विल्क टेस्ट. शापिरो विल्क टेस्ट. सेकंड इज एंडरसन डार्लिंग टेस्ट. एंडरसन डार्लिंग टेस्ट. थर्ड इज योर कोलमोगोरो स्मिर्नाव. कोलमोगोरो स्मिर्नाव. ये 3 टेस्ट अवेलेबल है चेक करने के लिए. अब मैं क्या करता हूँ, सीधा मैं शापिरो टेक्स्ट लगाता हूँ. शापिरो टेस्ट. शापिरो देखो, शापिरो लगाया ना, ऑटोमेटिकली आर समझ गया कि द प्रोफेसर वांट्स टू चेक द नॉर्मेलिटी यूजिंग शापिरो टेस्ट. सीधा एंटर मारो, अंदर रिवर्स लिखो. चलो, हु विल इंटरप्रेट? हु विल इंटरप्रेट? ये देखो मेरा पी वैल्यू. पी वैल्यू 0.05 से बहुत छोटा है. अगर मेरा पी वैल्यू 0.05 से बहुत छोटा है, इसका मतलब डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है. ओके चलो दूसरा टेस्ट लगाते हैं, एंडरसन डार्लिंग टेस्ट. एंडरसन डार्लिंग टेस्ट के लिए कमांड है ad टेस्ट. बट मेरे को आर हिंट नहीं दे रहा है. आर इज नॉट गिविंग मी हिंट. इट मीन्स दिस फंक्शन एंडरसन डार्लिंग, इट इज नॉट अवेलेबल इन द बेस पैकेज. Now to check Anderson Darling, I require a package called nortest. यहाँ पे मैं आता हूँ nortest. ये सब पैकेज मैंने डाउनलोड करके रख लिया मेरे मशीन में. See, can you see this package nortest? Everybody, इसको खाली टिक करो. और यहाँ पे टिक किया ना तो यहाँ पर आ जाता. Again I am saying, to install package in R, you require internet connection. Normally what I do, I go to attend workshops. Go colleges, universities, visit to conduct workshops. वहाँ पे इंटरनेट वाईफाई नहीं होता है, तो वहाँ पे हाँ यस मनोज जी बोलो.
Sir, actually, like this is a cross section data.
हाँ.
So like these 3 tests are available for this data.
हाँ.
So like can we apply these 3 tests to check normality in the time series data as well?
See again Manoj ji, I am not an expert in time series. Again I am saying I have never worked with time series.
These 3 tests will basically work for the cross section. These 3 tests will basically work for the cross section data to check the normality. Okay sir. Okay, sir.
See again see मैं क्या बता रहा हूँ. Yesterday also I told that just find out that which are the tests applicable to check normality distribution in time series data. So in fact मैं आपको शॉर्टकट बताता हूँ मनोज जी, जब मैं स्टकअप होता हूँ ना, सब लोग जरा ध्यान देना है, कभी मैं स्टकअप हो गया सपोज, अभी इंसान हूँ मैं भी भूल सकता हूँ ना, तो मैं नॉर्मली क्या करता हूँ, यहाँ पे गूगल पे जाता हूँ, लेट मी चेक इट आउट. ओके, सो नॉर्मेलिटी टेस्टिंग इन टाइम सीरीज डेटा, टाइम सीरीज डेटा, हाउ टू चेक नॉर्मेलिटी. यहाँ पे लिखा है द टेस्ट आर रिलेटेड टू कॉमनली यूज जार्गवा बेरा टेस्ट. The assumptions of normality has played an important role in many methodological. So I think in time series ये test है.
Yes, sir. This test we basically use na, and you did not mention this test, and therefore I asked that question.
हाँ, so maybe that. See, first of all, I have never worked with time series data, so I don't want to give you a wrong answer. So that's why I'm saying whenever you are stuck up, or even if you know, just check it out. This is the test which will check normality in time series data. Then just find it out. I think ये जो टेस्ट है ये सीधा मतलब R के बेस पैकेज में नहीं होगा, मतलब इसके लिए कोई पैकेज लगा होगा. तो we can check normally testing time series data package. You can simply type which is the package. So which is the package? I think the two well-known test of normality नहीं, ये नहीं है, तो ये SP. You can just check it out, Google it out, Manoj ji. Yes, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope I'm answering all your queries. Let me see
yes,
the
sir.
chat section.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, sir.
चैट सेक्शन दीजिए. ओके, यहाँ पे चैट सेक्शन है, ठीक है. ओके, सो देखो 3 टेस्ट है, शापिरो विल्क टेस्ट, एंडरसन डार्लिंग टेस्ट, कोल्मोगोरोस पेरेनाउ टेस्ट. शापिरो टेस्ट ने बोल दिया कि डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है. अब एंडरसन डार्लिंग AD.test, यहाँ पे भी रिवर्स रखता हूँ. अगेन डेटा पी वैल्यू बहुत छोटा आ रहा है, नल रिजेक्ट, मतलब माय डेटा इज नॉट नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड. अब ये तीसरा टेस्ट है कोल्मोगोरोस पेरेनाउ टेस्ट. अभी कोल्मोगोरोस पेरेनाउ टेस्ट इन आर इट इज नोन एज लिली फॉर टेस्ट. लिली, देखो लिली टेस्ट. अगर पहले मैं लिली दबाता ना, लिली अगर मैं टाइप करता ना, तो लिली नहीं आता था, क्योंकि नॉर टेस्ट आपने इंस्टॉल ही नहीं किया है ना, तो पैकेज चाहिए तब वो फंक्शन खुलेगा. सो लिली टेस्ट, इसको बोलते हैं कोल्मोगोरोस पेरेनाउ टेस्ट. देखो यहाँ पे एक डब्बा आ गया, लिली फॉर्स कोल्मोगोरोस पेरेनाउ टेस्ट फॉर नॉर्मेलिटी. यस, अब ये कोल्मोगोरो देखो नाम से ही लगता है इज अ रशियन, स्मिरनाव है ना.
Just one query.
यस.
Like, sir, while doing any like exercise, if we install a new package, when we open RStudio next time, will that package will remain installed?
Yes, of course, sir. 100%. In fact,
Okay, sir. Okay,
all these packages that you see in my machine, I've installed it 10 days back for this workshop.
Okay, sir.
And it is
Thank you,
going
sir.
to there. So you can install, you can uninstall also. Package निकाल भी सकते हो. You can remove the package from R also. But एक बार इंस्टॉल कर लिया ना तो मशीन में रहता है. Only you need to type the command library. या यहाँ पे जाके टिक करने का, बस ऑटोमेटिकली इंस्टॉल हो जाता है. So लिली फॉर टेस्ट रिवर्स, ये देखो ये आ गया लिली फॉर टेस्ट. तीनों टेस्ट बता रहे हैं कि मेरा डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है. डायग्राम्स ने बता दिया नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है. स्क्यूनेस कुर्टोसिस रुमन जी बता दिया डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है. टेस्ट ने बता दिया डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है. When your data is not normally distributed, technically you can't use t-test. What is that test? अगर t-test नहीं use करूंगा तो what will I use it? Because I need to test the hypothesis, I require p-value. So the test is Wilcox. और ये जो टेस्ट है ना Wilcox test, देखो इसके अलग अलग नाम है. Wilcox rank sum sign test. You simply tick here और अंदर रिवर्स लिखो. And again, even Wilcox test is rejecting the null hypothesis. Again, Wilcox test is rejecting the null hypothesis that the average length of rivers in America is not 450 miles. Dono test.
Sir, I have stuck into a problem. Actually, sir, in the package sections, like not test or moments, the packages you are installed, sir, I am searching, like my internet connections are good, but I am packages, I am searching not test or moments.
See, ऐसा क्या होता है मालूम है? I'll tell you. झुमकी, यहाँ पे see there is a tool section.
Yes.
यहाँ पे एक मिनट, help में यहाँ पे check updates. Is there an update? Because sometimes no, there are certain versions of R. अभी देखो यहाँ मुझे क्या बोल रहा है? Again, let's see, help section में झुमकी check for updates.
Okay.
And it is saying you are using the newest version of RStudio.
Okay.
So try to suppose if you are not using the newest version, no, ऐसा एक window आएगा and it will tell you to update. So simply you need to go and click it. See, I have two laptops. One laptop I'm using Linux, and this laptop is Windows. See, Windows.
It's showing that I am using the newest version. Like in the help section, it's showing that I am use the newest version, but still, sir, it's not showing.
Okay, check your version. Check your version about RStudio. Check your
Actually,
version.
Actually, sir, I'm also facing the same issue. She need to install the package.
Okay.
Just
Jumki,
go to the tool.
Jumki, this is the
you
version
need to add the installation version.
Okay, I'll help you, Jumki. Don't worry. It's easy. मेरे साथ भी ऐसा होता है कि कुछ पैकेज नहीं होता है, then I go to web, find some solutions. क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? See, Windows में ना, if you are using Windows R चलाना बड़ा आसान है. मेरे पास एक कंप्यूटर में Linux है, Dell का लैपटॉप है मेरे. उसपे तो दिमाग खराब हो जाता है. मतलब वो Linux क्या है ना, सीधा ऐसा Windows की तरह काम नहीं करता. उसमें you have to go to the terminal, write sudo app, command लिखो. It's very technical. So I have to navigate. So two computers, even Mac OS मैंने use नहीं किया, but शायद उसमें भी आसान होगा. So okay. झुमकी पहले एक काम करो, यहाँ पे जाओ टूल्स में, इंस्टॉल पैकेज करो और यहाँ पे लिखो नॉरटेस्ट. लिखो.
ओके.
लिखो ऐसे नॉरटेस्ट और इसको इंस्टॉल करो. चलो.
ओके सर. नॉरटेस्ट इंस्टॉल.
हाँ, इंस्टॉल करो.
यस सर.
अभी थोड़ा टाइम लेगा वो, मतलब सब.
ओके सर, नाउ इट्स शोइंग सर, नाउ इट्स शोइंग. या
हाँ, हो गया ना. फिर उसके बाद नॉरटेस्ट इंस्टॉल करने का, फिर लाइब्रेरी लिखने का, लाइब्रेरी.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
एंड द मोमेंट यू इंस्टॉल पैकेज ना फ्रेंड्स, तो ऑटोमेटिकली ना यहाँ पर आ जाता है वो तुम्हारे ना इसमें, ये विंडोज में देखो मेरे मशीन में कितने सारे पैकेजेस है. देयर आर सर्टेन पैकेजेस बाय डिफॉल्ट. बहुत सारे पैकेजेस बाय डिफॉल्ट होंगे, बट सर्टेन स्पेशलाइज्ड पैकेज यू नीड टू गो एंड इंस्टॉल, अदरवाइज इट विल नॉट फंक्शन. सी, देयर आर सो मेनी पैकेजेस. मतलब मैं क्या बताऊं, क्वालिटेटिव रिसर्च. अब होता है क्वांटिटेटिव रिसर्च में सब टी टेस्ट वगैरह है. क्वालिटेटिव रिसर्च में थीमेटिक एनालिसिस, कंटेंट एनालिसिस. नॉर्मली पीपल यूज सॉफ्टवेयर कॉल्ड NVivo and all. NVivo, Atlas T. People use such software. Even R can handle qualitative research also.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yes, sir.
So which test can be used for the thematic analysis or qualitative analysis?
Yes, sir. I'll conduct a workshop on thematic analysis some other time, called qualitative research using R. But as of now, I have not updated myself on qualitative research. Yes, okay. So qualitative research is not my stream, but in times to come, definitely I will conduct a workshop. See, I'm just sensitizing you. So अगर मैं पैकेज का नाम बताऊं, मुझे पैकेज का नाम है, just check it out नो यहाँ पे गूगल में, just qualitative research पैकेज. एक टाइडीवर्स करके सॉफ्टवेयर है, सॉरी टाइडीवर्स. रुमन जी टू आंसर यू, मुझे याद आ रहा है, फॉर थीमेटिक एनालिसिस. चेक करो यहाँ पे सब गूगल पे, थीमेटिक एनालिसिस. बहुत सारे ऐसे मिलेंगे आपको, बहुत सारे आर पे, मतलब थीमेटिक एनालिसिस लोग करते हैं. रुमन जी थीमेटिक एनालिसिस कीजिए, बहुत अच्छा है.
टाइडीवर्स इज फॉर रिग्रेशन एनालिसिस.
हाँ, कुछ है टाइडीवर्स है, कुछ तो है, अलग अलग नाम है. सॉरी, डोंट टेल.
टुडे आई वाज
So
यूजिंग
one software is there called like NVivo.
And NVivo is a specialized software for qualitative research. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But टाइडीवर्स बड़ा सॉफ्टवेयर, मतलब एक बड़ा वो है. मैं टाइडीवर्स के बारे में काफी सुना हूँ. क्वालिटेटिव रिसर्च देखो, टाइडीवर्स, लेट मी चेक. टाइडीवर्स पैकेज फॉर R. इसमें पढ़ना जरा से. डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन, इंपोर्टिंग टाइडिंग, बहुत होंगी. जरा रिसर्च करना, अपना जरा फोकस अलग है वर्कशॉप का. But in times to come, definitely I will learn thematic analysis and R. I will conduct a workshop also in times to come. Okay. So,
sure.
Okay. ठीक है. Thank you. Okay. So I hope madam is able to install the NOR test. Jhumki. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So हमने क्या किया, सबसे पहले हमने ये टेस्ट लगाया. कौन सा? Just a second. This was the test. One sample T test, null reject. Okay. बाद में उसका non-parametric. Parametric is T test. Normality assumption violated, so I am using Wilcox test. Both the tests, null hypothesis is rejected. The person who made a claim that average length of rivers in America is 450 has made a wrong claim. Yes. Okay. चलो अब आ जाते हैं two sample T test. Two sample t-test, which is also known as independent sample t-test. Independent sample t-test. Okay. Now all of you just pay attention. Now when you talk about independent sample t-test, see when it will be applied. When you have two variables. When you have two variables. In reverse, you had only univariate data. But in independent sample t-test, you will have two variables. Now your one variable will be metric. And your second variable will be categorical. Or non-metric. याद है कल मैं आपको वो नॉयर समझा रहा था, नॉमिनल ऑर्डिनल इंटरवल रेशियो. यस, ओके. ये कंडीशन होना चाहिए. टू वेरिएबल्स, वन वेरिएबल विल बी मेट्रिक, सेकंड वेरिएबल विल बी कैटेगोरिकल. यस, एनीबॉडी हैज एनी क्वेरी? Okay, so now what I'll do, all of you just pay attention, be glued to the screen. There is one data set in R which is known as tooth growth data, which is known as tooth growth. देखो मैंने खाली tooth लिखा तो R Studio समझ गया अभी बाबा ये tooth growth मांग रहा है. ये देखो tooth growth data है, अभी मैंने पूरा बटन दबाया नहीं है, R Studio ने हिंट दे दिया. If you focus on tooth growth, यहाँ पे लिखा है the response is the length of odontoblast in कुछ लिखा है in 60 guinea pigs. Each animal received one of the 3 doses levels of vitamin C. मतलब ये ना guinea pigs के ऊपर कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंट हुआ था और उसका डेटा रिकॉर्ड किया गया है. मैं आपको बताऊं सबसे बेस्ट रिसर्च कौन सा होता है मालूम है? सबसे बेस्ट रिसर्च ये क्रॉस सेक्शनल टाइम सीरीज, ठीक है, अच्छी बात है. पैनल डेटा, लॉन्जिट्यूडनल डेटा, अच्छी बात है. एक्चुअल रिसर्च जो होता है ना, दैट इज एक्सपेरिमेंटल रिसर्च. एक्सपेरिमेंटल रिसर्च आप वाकई में एक कंट्रोल ग्रुप रखते हो और एक नॉन कंट्रोल ग्रुप रखते हो, एंड देन यू रियली मेक ऑब्जर्वेशंस. एक एक चीज आप रिकॉर्ड करते हो. यस, ओके. सो उसमें डेटा से और एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन का जो डेटा आता है ना, मतलब वो डेटा बड़ा एकदम रोबस्ट होता है. लेकिन एक्सपेरिमेंट करने के बहुत सारे कंडीशंस होते हैं, एथिकल नॉर्म्स होता है, मैनिपुलेशन चेक्स होता है, बहुत सारा चीज होता है, बहुत सारे एथिक्स रिक्वायरमेंट होते हैं उसके अंदर. सो मैं क्या काम करता हूँ ना, ये टूथ ग्रोथ का डेटा लेता हूँ, टूथ ग्रोथ का डेटा एंटर मारता हूँ. ये कंप्यूटर के अंदर है टूथ ग्रोथ का डेटा आर के मेमोरी में. यस, ये क्या बता रहा है देखो, आप जरा वेरिएबल्स देखना टूथ ग्रोथ के अंदर. अच्छा चलो मैं एक काम करता हूँ कि हाउ टू चेक द वेरिएबल्स ऑफ टूथ ग्रोथ डेटा. कल मैंने बताया था एक शॉर्टकट, एक कमांड लिखने का. ओके, ये अपर एरो की प्रेस करो एंड सिंपली टाइप ls. See, this tooth growth data has 3 variables: dose, length and supplement. अब आप देखोगे ना, ये जो लेंथ का डेटा है ना, लेंथ का डेट मतलब यूनिया पिग के दांत का लेंथ मापा गया है आफ्टर गिविंग डोज. अलग अलग पिग्स को अलग अलग डोसेस दिए गए, अलग अलग सप्लीमेंट्स दिए गए, एंड देन वो सप्लीमेंट और वो डोज का यूनिया पिग्स के लेंथ पे, टूथ के लेंथ पे क्या असर है वो चेक करना है. अभी यहाँ पे देखना, लेंथ तो आपका पूरा मेट्रिक डेटा है. मेट्रिक माने मेट्रिक डेटा है, और सप्लीमेंट इज योर कैटेगोरिकल डेटा. ये सप्लीमेंट दिख रहा है आपका, सप्लीमेंट, दिस इज योर कैटेगरी. एंड सप्लीमेंट दो ही तरह का है, एक है वीसी और एक है आपका ओजे. Supplement are of 2 kinds. One is VC and second is OJ. And dose is of 3 kinds: 0.5, 1, 2, 1, 2. मतलब डोज में 3 तरह का है. Let me write it here. आपका जो लेंथ वेरिएबल है ना टूथ ग्रोथ में, लेंथ, let me put it this way. Your length is metric data. It is metric data. आपका ये जो सप्लीमेंट है, सप्लीमेंट SUPP, supplement is categorical data. Categorical data माने दो ही सप्लीमेंट है, एक आपका OJ VC ऐसी कुछ है, VJ और OC ऐसी कुछ है. एक सेकंड, क्या था वो, एक मिनट देख लूं पहले. एक मिनट, अपर एरो की. हाँ, सो आपका ये जो नहीं, इससे नहीं पता चलेगा मुझे, वो टूथ ग्रोथ डेटा ही देखना पड़ेगा. टूथ ग्रोथ supplement is VC and OJ. Sorry. Control L, upper arrow key. Length is metric. Second, supplement is VJ and OJ. ऐसे ही है ना? फिर मैं भूल रहा हूँ.
VC and OJ.
हाँ, VC and OJ, मैं भूल जा रहा हूँ बार बार. डोंट वरी, मेरे को बहुत चीज याद नहीं रहता है। ओके, सप्लीमेंट इज वीसी एंड ओजे। और तीसरा कौन सा था? तीसरा आपका डोज था, डोज है ना। डोज, डोज तीन तरह का है, 0.5, 1 और तीसरा कौन सा था? 2। अच्छा, अब मैं क्या यूज करने वाला हूं? ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट पे अटेंशन, इंडिपेंडेंट सैंपल टी टेस्ट। आई एम गोइंग टू यूज इंडिपेंडेंट सैंपल टी टेस्ट। सी, इंडिपेंडेंट सैंपल टी टेस्ट कब लगता है? अब मुझे जानना है क्या ये वीसी और ओजे, जब ये सप्लीमेंट यूनियापिक्स को दिया गया तो दोनों में से कौन सा ज्यादा इफेक्टिव है, जो यूनियापिक्स के टीथ के लेंथ को ज्यादा इंपैक्ट कर रहा है? अब यहाँ पे दो ग्रुप है, वीसी और ओजे। वीसी और ओजे दो ग्रुप है और लेंथ का एक ही ग्रुप है। तो सी, ये जो टी टेस्ट है ना, ये सब मीन का टेस्ट है, मीन का टेस्ट, मीन का मतलब एवरेज का टेस्ट है। यस, तो मेरा नल हाइपोथेसिस क्या होगा यहाँ पे? नल हाइपोथेसिस इन दिस पर्टिकुलर डेटा, मैं क्या बोलूंगा कि मीन ऑफ वीसी इज इक्वल टू मीन ऑफ ओजे। मेरा ये नल हाइपोथेसिस होगा। मतलब यूनियापिक्स का जो टीथ का लेंथ है, चाहे मैं उसको कोई भी सप्लीमेंट दूं, वीसी दूं, ओजे दूं, उसमें कोई फर्क नहीं आता है। देयर इज नो डिफरेंस। नल क्या बोलेगा? देयर इज नो डिफरेंस। ऑल्टरनेटिव क्या बोलेगा? नहीं, देयर इज डिफरेंस। ऑल्टरनेटिव क्या बोलेगा? H1 की मीन ऑफ वीसी इज नॉट इक्वल टू मीन ऑफ ओजे, ये बोलेगा। नल में कभी भी आपको इक्वल का साइन दिखेगा। बोलते ना कि देयर इज नो सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस इन द मीन ऑफ टू ग्रुप्स। इंडिपेंडेंट सैंपल टी टेस्ट में नल क्या होगा कि दोनों के मीन में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है, दोनों का मीन सेम है, नो डिफरेंस मीन सेम। और ऑल्टरनेटिव क्या बोलेगा? नहीं, वो इक्वल नहीं है। अब मैं क्या करूंगा? देखो, मैं अब ये क्या है? मेरा पैरामेट्रिक टेस्ट है, इंडिपेंडेंट सैंपल टी टेस्ट इज पैरामेट्रिक टेस्ट। इसके दो अजम्पशंस क्या है? इसके दो अजम्पशंस क्या है? फर्स्ट अजम्पशन नॉर्मेलिटी का अजम्पशन है। यस, नॉर्मेलिटी का अजम्पशन है। और सेकंड अजम्पशन कौन सा है? होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस, यानी वेरिएंस का अजम्पशन है, वेरिएंस का अजम्पशन है। ये दोनों अजम्पशन में चेक करूंगा। ओके, नॉर्मेलिटी कैसे चेक करूंगा? एक टेस्ट का नाम बताओ। रुमन जी, टेस्ट का नाम बताओ। अदनान जी?
यस सर, सर इट्स शैपिरो टेस्ट।
कौन सा? शापिरो, शाबाश, वेरी गुड। नेहा, दूसरा टेस्ट का नाम बताओ। अब मुझे पता नहीं कितने लोग हैं आज टीम में भाई।
एंडरसन लॉगिंग टेस्ट और कोल्मोग्रोव टेस्ट।
हाँ, ओके, तो मैं एक काम करता हूँ, चलो मैं शापिरो टेस्ट लगा देता हूँ, उसके लिए कोई पैकेज की जरूरत नहीं है। तो मैं लिखता हूँ हाँ, लेकिन अगर मैं शापिरो लगाता हूँ, अब ये नॉर्मेलिटी किसका चेक करूंगा? लेंथ का, सप्लीमेंट का, कि डोज का? देखो, नॉर्मेलिटी कभी भी ना मेट्रिक डेटा का चेक होता है। नॉर्मेलिटी कभी भी मेट्रिक डेटा, तो मेट्रिक डेटा मेरा लेंथ है, सप्लीमेंट मेरा नॉन मेट्रिक डेटा है, वो तो कैटेगरी है ओजे वीजे, और वो जो सप्लीमेंट है वो भी कैटेगरी है 0.5, 1, 2। तो जो आपका जो नॉर्मेलिटी टेस्ट होता है ना, वो कभी भी मेट्रिक डेटा का होता है। मेट्रिक डेटा यानी आपका डेटा या तो रेशियो में, इंटरवल स्केल पे मेजर हो, या तो रेशियो स्केल पे मेजर। आई होप एवरीबॉडी इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग। तो लेट्स, मैं आप
So metric data means quantitative data, continuous data.
हाँ, कंटिन्यूस डेटा, यस। सो मैं यहाँ पे लिखता हूँ शापिरो टेस्ट एंड मैं लेट मी राइट LEN लेन, एंटर मारू, क्या हो गया? एरर दिखा रहा है। क्यों एरर दिखा रहा है? क्या करने का? मुझे खाली लेंथ का, ये जो लेंथ है ना, लेंथ, ये मेट्रिक डेटा है, जिसको इसको कंटिन्यूस डेटा भी बोलते हैं। तो ये एरर क्यों दिखा रहा है? क्योंकि मैंने फाइल को अटैच नहीं किया है, तो मुझे अटैच करना पड़ेगा। अटैच टू ग्रोथ, यू हैव टू अटैच द फाइल। अब ये अपर एरो की दबाओ। ओके, हु विल इंटरप्रेट डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है कि नहीं है? कम ऑन, हु विल इंटरप्रेट? सी, मेरा p वैल्यू ग्रेटर देन 0.05 है। सो अगर मेरा p वैल्यू ग्रेटर देन 0.05 है, इसका मतलब मेरा डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है। और अगर मेरा p वैल्यू लेस देन 0.05 है, मतलब मेरा डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नहीं है। तो नॉर्मली जब भी आप नॉर्मेलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के टेस्ट लगाते हो, तो वहां पे आपका p वैल्यू ग्रेटर देन 0.05 आना चाहिए। एंड सी दिस वैल्यू 0.10, इट इज ग्रेटर देन 0.05। 0.05 से बड़ा है 0.109। इसका मतलब मेरा डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है। और आपको विश्वास नहीं हो रहा है तो HISTLEN टाइप कर लो, डायग्राम से ही देख लो। ये देखो, लगभग डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, एकदम नॉर्मली नहीं है लेकिन नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है। अब दूसरे टेस्ट लगा लो, दूसरा टेस्ट लगा लो, एंडरसन डार्लिंग टेस्ट। हाँ, इसमें लेंथ लगा लो, वो भी बोल देगा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है शायद। ये क्या हो रहा है? कुड नॉट फाइंड फंक्शन एंडरसन डार्लिंग, क्या बात हो गई भाई? उसका नाम क्या था? लिली फॉर एंडरसन था ना? एक सेकंड, क्या ना वो टेस्ट का एंडरसन डार्लिंग ही टेस्ट था ना? AD टेस्ट। अच्छा, पैकेज चाहिए, AD डॉट
टेस्ट
नहीं ले रहा, वो पैकेज चाहिए इसको, लाइब्रेरी नॉर टेस्ट चाहिए शायद इसको, नॉर टेस्ट। अभी AD डॉट टेस्ट करूं। हाँ, देखो यहाँ पर भी मेरा p वैल्यू इज ग्रेटर देन 0.05, यानी माय डेटा इज नॉट, माय डेटा इज नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड। सेकंड अजम्पशन है होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस का। ऑल ऑफ यू जस्ट पे अटेंशन। फर्स्ट टेस्ट नॉर्मलिटी टेस्ट पास हो गया, मेरा डेटा नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है। यस। अब जो सेकंड टेस्ट है दैट इज होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस। नाउ लेट मी नो, होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस के लिए कौन सा टेस्ट है? कम ऑन, देयर इज नो रॉन्ग आंसर, नो रॉन्ग आंसर, आप जो बोलोगे सही है। नॉर्मलिटी के लिए तो 3 टेस्ट है, शापिरो विल्क टेस्ट, एंडरसन डार्लिंग टेस्ट, और आप कहते हैं कौन सा था वो? एंडरसन डार्लिंग और लिली फॉर टेस्ट, वो लिली फॉर टेस्ट या कोलमोगोरोव-स्मिर्नोव टेस्ट। होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस के लिए विच इज द टेस्ट? देखो 2 टेस्ट है। हाँ हाँ नेहा, नेहा गो अहेड नेहा।
So histogram.
पार्डन?
Jabi.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, 11 टेस्ट, 11 टेस्ट, वेरी गुड नेहा, वेरी गुड। सो होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस, हाँ सब लोग ध्यान देना, होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस, वेरिएंस के लिए देयर आर 2 टेस्ट। यस, फर्स्ट है आपका 11 टेस्ट, 11 टेस्ट, 11 टेस्ट, और जो सेकंड है आपका बार्टलेट टेस्ट, बार्टलेट टेस्ट। ये 2 टेस्ट है। अभी देखो मैं 11 दबाता हूँ, 11 ये नहीं आ रहा है कुछ 11 से, जैसे मैं 11 दबा रहा हूँ ना, 11 कुछ नहीं आ रहा, माने ये 11 टेस्ट ना आर के अंदर नहीं है, पैकेज चाहिए इसको। और 11 टेस्ट के लिए जो पैकेज है उसका नाम है कार्स, सॉरी कार, ये दिखता है कार, ये दिख रहा है कार। 11 टेस्ट के लिए जो पैकेज चाहिए दैट इज कार, तो इसको मैं टिक करूं, देखो कार पैकेज यहाँ पर आ गया। हाँ, अब मैं टाइप करता हूँ 11, देखो अभी हिंट देगा मुझे, ये देखो हिंट दिया इसने मुझे। पहले मैं जब 11 टाइप कर रहा था ना तो आर मुझे हिंट नहीं दे रहा था, अब मैंने पैकेज के बाद जब मैं 11 लिख रहा हूँ तो आर मुझे हिंट दे रहा है, माने ऐसी समझ जाने का कि कौन सा फंक्शन को पैकेज चाहिए, कौन से फंक्शन को पैकेज नहीं चाहिए। इजिएस्ट वे ये जो सेकंड टेस्ट दिखता है ना, सेकंड वाला, इसको पकड़ने का, एंड सिंपली राइट 11। हाँ, अब इसका सिंटेक्स कैसा है, सिंटेक्स देखना इसको कैसे लिखा जाता है। पहले क्या है, लेंथ डिपेंड्स अपॉन वो सप्लीमेंट SUPP, 2 ग्रुप है ना, सप्लीमेंट में 2 ग्रुप है, जब 2 ग्रुप रहेगा तो दोनों ग्रुप का स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन सेम होना चाहिए, ये अजम्पशन। और इसको मैं एंटर करता हूं, देखो 11 टेस्ट का रिजल्ट आ गया। कैन एनीबॉडी इंटरप्रेट p वैल्यू? देखो p वैल्यू 0.05 से बड़ा है। एजम्पशन में ना हम लोग कभी भी नल हाइपोथेसिस रिजेक्ट करने की कोशिश नहीं करते हैं। देखो एज अ रिसर्चर ना, एज अ रिसर्चर हम लोग हमेशा पीछे पड़े रहते हैं कि बाबा नल हाइपोथेसिस को रिजेक्ट करें। जब तक नल हाइपोथेसिस रिजेक्ट नहीं होता ना तब तक मन को शांति नहीं मिलता है। बट जब आप नॉर्मली जब भी आप एजम्पशन के टेस्टिंग करो ना तो वहां पे आपका p वैल्यू शुड बी ग्रेटर देन 0.05। सो हियर इफ यू फोकस ऑन द p वैल्यू, दिस इज ग्रेटर देन 0.05, इट मींस होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस कंडीशन इज सेटिस्फाइड। यानी VC और OJ ये जो 2 ग्रुप है और दोनों का जो लेंथ है उनका जो स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन लगभग सेम है। यानी टूथ ग्रोथ डेटा में नॉर्मेलिटी का कंडीशन भी सेटिस्फाइड, होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस का कंडीशन भी सेटिस्फाइड। When both the conditions are satisfied, you can go for independent sample t-test. Am I correct? See, we checked both the assumptions. Normality के लिए we applied Shapiro test, homogeneity of variance के लिए we applied 11A test. चलो एक और टेस्ट है बार्टलेट टेस्ट, उसको भी चेक। बार्टलेट टेस्ट के लिए पैकेज नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि बार्टलेट दबाओगे ना वैसे आ जाएगा। सो बार्टलेट टेस्ट, इसको बहुत सिंपल है, लेंथ कॉमा, इधर कॉमा लिखना पड़ता है, एंटर। देखो दोनों टेस्ट, ये भी मेरा p वैल्यू ग्रेटर देन 0.05, ये p वैल्यू भी मेरा ग्रेटर देन 0.05, यानी कोई भी नॉर्मेलिटी टेस्ट लगाओ, कोई भी होमोजेनिटी और वेरिएंस टेस्ट लगाओ, सब ये बता रहा है कि डेटा इज नॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, वेरिएंसेस आर होमोजेनियस अक्रॉस द ग्रुप। अब लगा दो टी टेस्ट, क्या दिक्कत है? स्क्रीन साफ करो, कंट्रोल एल, टी डॉट टेस्ट। अब देखो इसका सिंटेक्स देखो, लेंथ डिपेंड्स अपॉन, डिपेंड्स माने सिंबल हो, वेव का सिंबल। आपके कंप्यूटर में एस्केप का एक की होगा, एस्केप, उसके नीचे के साथ टिल्डा का सिंबल है, टिल्ड टिल्ड, ऐसा नदी बहता हुआ नदी का सिंबल होगा, वो टाइप करने का। सो लेंथ डिपेंड्स अपॉन सप्लीमेंट। और अच्छा अभी कोई बोल रहा था वेल्च टेस्ट, अगर मैं खाली ये दबाऊं ना, क्या मिला? सब लोग जरा ध्यान देना, मैंने टी डॉट टेस्ट लेंथ, जो यूनिया पिक्स की दांतों की जो लंबाई है, दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन सप्लीमेंट, मैंने ये डाला, और ये मुझे क्या दे दिया? वेल्च टू सैंपल टी टेस्ट। अरे मुझे वेल्च नहीं चाहिए था, मुझे टू सैंपल टी टेस्ट चाहिए, मुझे ISTT चाहिए। अच्छा फिर भी इसको देख लेते हैं, मेरा टी कितना है? T is smaller than 1.96. P is greater than 0.05. 0.05 होना चाहिए ना, यहाँ मेरा P 0.06 है। T वैल्यू और P वैल्यू से पता चल रहा है फेल टू रिजेक्ट द नल हाइपोथेसिस। मैं मेरा नल रिजेक्ट नहीं कर सकता। मैं नल तभी रिजेक्ट करूंगा जब मेरा T वैल्यू इज 9.6, 1.96 या उससे बड़ा, और मेरा P वैल्यू इज ग्रेटर देन, सॉरी इज लेस देन 0.05। तो T वैल्यू और P वैल्यू को देख करके ये लगता है कि मैं मेरा नल रिजेक्ट नहीं कर सकता। नल क्या था कि मीन ऑफ OJ इज इक्वल टू मीन ऑफ VC, मैं इसको रिजेक्ट नहीं कर सकता। अभी यहां पर देखो, और यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे माइनस आ गया। जब माइनस आ गया ना, तो भी आप नल रिजेक्ट नहीं कर पाओ, माइनस आ जाता ना, माइनस। अभी सब लोग यहाँ पे देखना, जिस गिनिया पिग्स को आपने OJ सप्लीमेंट दिया था, उसके दांतों में लंबाई इतनी है 20 पॉइंट समथिंग, और जिस गिनिया पिग्स को आपने VC सप्लीमेंट दिया था, उसके दांतों की लंबाई 16 है। देखने में तो लगता है बाबा 20 और 16 ये दोनों कैसे इक्वल हो सकते हैं? नल रिजेक्ट होना चाहिए। बट स्टैटिस्टिक्स में मैं क्या बोला, कल ही मैंने बताया था, स्टैटिस्टिक्स डज नॉट बिलीव इन एक्यूरेसी, स्टैटिस्टिक्स बिलीव्स इन अप्रोक्सीमेशन। यानी 20 और 16 लगभग सेम है, कोई बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस नहीं है, देयर इज नो सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस। इसके लिए मैं फेल टू रिजेक्ट द नल हाइपोथेसिस, यानी 20 और 16 लगभग सेम है। यानी अगर मैं किसी गिनिया पिग्स को सप्लीमेंट OJ देता हूं या VC देता हूं, तो उनके दांतों में कोई बहुत बड़ा फर्क नहीं आने वाला है। कोई भी सप्लीमेंट दे दो, कोई भी सप्लीमेंट दे दो, उससे कोई फर्क आने वाला नहीं है। और वो जो फर्क आया ना, दैट इज बाय चांस। ये जो फर्क आया ना, दैट इज बाय चांस, वो चांस है, तुक्का लगा है। So I fail to reject the null hypothesis, and I will conclude that mean of OJ is equal to mean of VC। इसके साथ में जाऊंगा। बट किसी ने
query here.
हाँ, yes,
Do we ever accept the null hypothesis?
हाँ, we accept, no sir?
I think, sir, we just say that we fail to reject the null hypothesis.
See, in a saying, either you reject or you fail to reject. Technically it is, Manoj ji, either you reject or fail to reject, but समझाने के तौर पर हम बोलते हैं we'll accept the null hypothesis. It's in a very colloquial language.
Yes.
Okay, let us not go into the details of it. If you read any standard textbook, null hypothesis, either you reject or you fail to reject. So based on this evidence, I fail to reject my null hypothesis. It means I have to go with my null hypothesis. Means mean of OJ is equal to mean of VC. That is what precisely I'm trying to say. Okay. Now I think Adnan ji or somebody asked me, sir, ये तो आपने वेल्च टेस्ट लगा दिया है, मतलब see, first of all, press the upper arrow key. Press the upper arrow key. ये टेस्ट मैंने लगाया ना, एक्चुअली हमने we applied that 11 test, and 11 test said that variances across the two groups are homogeneous. 11 टेस्ट ने सबूत दिया था कि बाबा वेरिएंस सेम है। तो यहाँ पे हमको एक कमांड और डालने का, वेरिएंस इक्वल टू ट्रू। ये जो ट्रू का कमांड है ना, ये लॉजिकल है, और फिर एंटर दबाओ। नाउ दिस इज टू सैंपल टी टेस्ट। ये जो टेस्ट है ना, गलत टेस्ट है। ये टेस्ट आप कब लगाते थे? जब आपका वेरिएंस जो सेकंड एजम्पशन था ना, अगर वो वायलेट होता तो आप ये टेस्ट लगाते। देखो बाय डिफॉल्ट क्या है मालूम है क्या? ये वेरिएंस इक्वल टू फॉल्स पकड़ता है यहाँ पे ना, बाय डिफॉल्ट वेरिएंस इक्वल टू फॉल्स पकड़ता है। और अगर आपका होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस इज करेक्ट, देन यू नीड टू गिव एडिशनल कमांड वेरिएंस इक्वल टू ट्रू। अब यहाँ पर देखना, अगेन टी वैल्यू सेम, कंपेयर टी वैल्यू सेम, पी वैल्यू अगेन ग्रेटर देन 0.05, कॉन्फिडेंस इंटरवल में नेगेटिव है, सो आई फेल टू रिजेक्ट द नल हाइपोथेसिस। यानी मीन ऑफ ओजे इज इक्वल टू मीन ऑफ वीसी, ये लगभग सेम है, उनका जो डिफरेंस है इट इज नॉट स्टैटिस्टिकली सिग्निफिकेंट। होप इट मेक्स सेंस, hope it makes sense. Are we on the same page? Okay, let me take query, otherwise we should not miss the bus. Okay, are we on the same page?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Okay.
can you please repeat the Levin test?
Leibniz test. Okay, Rumanji, I will repeat. I will repeat it for you. Any other query? I will repeat. Once again, I'll repeat. Any other
just
query?
one query.
In
R, how are you going back? Like you have written some command in the console, like Windows. So after Control L, all the things are clear. Then again you are going back and the commands are coming back. Sir, I just not able to do it.
Why are you not able to do it? Press the upper arrow key. Navigation key hota hai na, just press the upper arrow key. You will get whatever.
Sir, please show it, sir.
See, I'm doing it. Achha, just a second. I've stopped sharing it. Okay, this query I will solve it. So रुमन जी का क्वेरी है कि वापस लेवनेट टेस्ट बताओ। मनोज जी का क्वेरी है कि अपर एरो की से मेरा आई एम नॉट गेटिंग द हिस्ट्री ऑफ व्हाटएवर आई हैव डन। ओके, एनी अदर क्वेरी? आई विल शेयर द स्क्रीन कॉमन एक साथ। एनीबॉडी एल्स क्वेरी?
Bartlett test.
हाँ, असिल जी, यस।
Bartlett test, you said there are two tests now. Bartlett test.
हाँ, एक वो बार्टलेट टेस्ट ऑफ स्पेरिसिटी है सर। That test is for when you are performing exploratory factor analysis, Bartlett test. So I'm not talking about that Bartlett test of sphericity. Ye Bartlett test is just to check the homogeneity of variance. What test you are talking about, that is used in exploratory factor analysis. In fact, when you are doing exploratory factor analysis, there are two tests. One is Bartlett test of sphericity and second is Kaiser-Meyer-Oaklin test. So that is separate, sir. That's separate. But you can use Bartlett test for checking homogeneity of variance. But again, I'll tell you, Asil ji, good question you have asked. अगर लेवनेट टेस्ट और बार्टलेट टेस्ट में से चॉइस करना हो, रोमन जी आप भी ध्यान देना, इफ यू हैव टू मेक अ चॉइस बिटवीन लेवनेट टेस्ट एंड बार्टलेट टेस्ट, गो विद लेवनेट टेस्ट बिकॉज दैट इज मोर रोबस्ट। मैं आपको एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं कि मैं एक वर्कशॉप कंडक्ट कर रहा था, मेरे पास नया कंप्यूटर नहीं था, ये मैंने अभी कंप्यूटर नया खरीदा है, तो मैं लिनक्स यूज कर रहा था। लिनक्स, इसमें विंडोज है। सो इन लिनक्स कंप्यूटर आई वाज नॉट एबल टू डाउनलोड कार पैकेज and leवनेट test is there in car package. I was not able to download. I spent 2 days searching on the web that where is that, how to bring car package in Linux. I was not able to decode that. अभी भी मैं वो decode नहीं कर पाया। Whole afternoon I was trying how to get car package in Linux. So I was not able to download. Then what I did, so in that workshop मेरे computer में वो car package था ही नहीं. Then I went for Bartlett test because that also can be applied. But if you have to make a choice, Asil ji, between two tests, Bartlett test or leवनेट test, my advice would be stick for leवनेट test because that is the standard test. Okay? Anybody else? Any query? Hope we are on the same page. See, I'll tell you, 263 people registered. So yesterday we were 29, and today we are 13. But these 13 people are sincere people. I must admit that you people are very sincere. ठीक है, कोई बात, आई एम हैप्पी। चलो हम आपस में स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ। आई प्रिज्यूम दैट यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। या ओके, लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन। ओके, सो फर्स्ट क्वेरी लेट मी टेक ऑफ असील जी। असील नहीं, रुमन ने पूछा था सर लेवनेट टेस्ट वापस समझाइए। रुमन जरा ध्यान देना। देखो मेरे पास ये टूथ ग्रोथ का डेटा है ना, टूथ ग्रोथ का डेटा, इसको मैं चेक करता हूं।
Sir, I have one query, sir. Sir, before doing any test, we need to attach the data set again and again.
एक ही बार अटैच करने का, बार-बार
test?
No, only you attach once. Whenever you bring data into R, attach only once.
Actually, I am doing currently now. I am trying, but I am not unable to do so. But when I attach the tooth growth data, then it is working.
Just practice. See, I normally attach once. जैसे मैंने tooth growth का data attach कर लिया है ना. So if I type len, ये मुझे मिल गया. If I type supplement, all of you just pay attention. Length is my metric data, continuous data. Yes. And VC is my categorical data. If you want to check, you can check the class of this data or class 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 len. This is my numeric data. Numeric माने वही. And if I press the upper arrow key, now Manoj ji pay attention. Press the upper arrow key. इधर जाके खाली SUPP करो. SUPP. Enter. ये फैक्टर डेटा है, दिख रहा है? ये जो आपका सप्लीमेंट डेटा है ना, उसका जो क्लास है फैक्टर है. फैक्टर माने वो कैटेगोरिकल डेटा है, जेंडर जैसे मेल फीमेल है. तो अब होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस क्या है कि मतलब वीसी ये एक डेटा है. वीसी का जो लेंथ है और ओजे का जो लेंथ है, ओजे का जहां से भी लेंथ चालू होता हो, दोनों का वेरिएंस सेम होना चाहिए. दोनों के बीच का स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन सेम होना चाहिए. एक बॉक्स प्लॉट करके कमांड है फ्रेंड्स. बॉक्स प्लॉट मैं इसको दिखाता हूँ आपको, डायग्रामेटिक तरीके से दिखाता हूँ डिफरेंस है कि नहीं. बॉक्स प्लॉट लेंथ कॉमा SUPP कलर इक्वल टू C2,3 नहीं आ रहा है. एक मिनट, इट्स शोइंग सर्टेन एरर. क्यों एरर आ रहा है? ये इधर है, कलर इक्वल टू. कैन यू सी दिस? ये देखो, ये मेरे ख्याल से ये VC का सप्लीमेंट है. ये लाइन देखो एकदम बीच में है और डेटा का स्प्रेड देखना, और ये 2 का भी देखना. ये थोड़ा सा मिसलीडिंग है ये डायग्राम, इससे कुछ पता नहीं चलेगा. अप्लाई फॉर द टेस्ट. सो रुमन जी जरा ध्यान देना. अपर एरो की, मनोज जी अपर एरो की प्रेस करो, आना चाहिए सब. अपर एरो की लेंथ, अपर एरो की सप्लीमेंट. रुमन जी पे अटेंशन. सप्लीमेंट. अब मुझे VC और OJ का होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस चाहिए, तो उसके लिए लेवने टेस्ट है. देखो लेवने टेस्ट कहाँ पर है? देखो यहाँ पर है लेवने टेस्ट, ये वाला. हाँ, लिखा है देखो इधर, कंप्यूट्स लेवने टेस्ट फॉर होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस अक्रॉस ग्रुप्स. यहाँ पर भी एक और लेवने टेस्ट है. देखो ये नहीं है, दीज फंक्शंस में डिप्लीकेट, ये नहीं लेने का, ये लेने का लेवने टेस्ट. हाँ, इसको टिक करो और यहाँ पे क्या लिखो? हाँ, लेवने टेस्ट में लगा रहा हूँ. तो मैं लेंथ डिपेंड्स अपॉन सप्लीमेंट. एंटर. रोमन जी, और पी वैल्यू देखो, मेरा पी वैल्यू ग्रेटर देन 0.05 है. अगर मेरा पी वैल्यू ग्रेटर देन 0.05 आया, इट मींस वेरिएंसेस आर होमोजेनियस अक्रॉस ग्रुप. यस. अब मैं क्या करूंगा? अब मैं सीधा टी टेस्ट लगा दूंगा. टी डॉट टेस्ट लेंथ डिपेंड्स अपॉन सप्लीमेंट कॉमा वेरिएंस इक्वल टू ट्रू. वेरिएंस इक्वल टू ट्रू. या और अगर मैं ये वेरिएंस इक्वल टू ट्रू नहीं करूंगा ना, तो बाय डिफॉल्ट ये वेल्च टेस्ट फेंक देगा. तो बट तुम लोग वेरिएंस इक्वल टू ट्रू करने का, क्योंकि हमारा होमोजेनिटी ऑफ वेरिएंस है. यस
सर, I have a query, sir.
हाँ.
Sir, a box plot is a graphical representation of a data set. So here, how can we know that the variances between the two data sets?
Actually, sir, yeah. But this graphical see variance, मतलब ये data का spread between the two groups should be same. If you focus, अगर ये diagram पे आप अच्छे से देखो,
sir.
See, first of all, graphical methods are misleading, I would say. So rather than relying on graphical methods, Manoranjan ji, what I would suggest, go for the standard test. But since people take first judgment by seeing the graphs, focus on this particular pink color diagram, sir. There is a median line, and spread of data is almost same. And 50%, both the 50% look same.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, focus on second. Here also line is in the middle and spread looks somewhat same.
Yes, sir.
So this way you can make some sense and straight away apply this 11 test, sir, if you want to be 100% sure.
Yes, sir. Mathematically, we are ensuring that the two variances are unequal or equal. But can we try any box plot actually?
See, box plot, sir, I have given you, and it is also supporting the mathematical output.
Yes.
The spread within the group is same. Okay.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Okay. Yes. So 2 sample t-test over. Now what to do? Let me check some query. What chat many queries are there? Reject null hypothesis. Sir, can we say that if data is not open? Okay, Ruman Malik. Sir, can we say that if data is normally distributed, you go for parametric test? Yes. If data is normally distributed, you can go for parametric test. Can we import data from Kaggle or from the depository, sir? Yes, data can be imported. Okay. Once I complete this parametric test, I'll show you how to import data. Yes. After 7:30, I will show you, because that is precisely, see, normally people are not going to use the inbuilt data set in R. People have their own data set. They must have conducted some surveys. Yes. So you want to bring it into R. So I'll show you how to bring that into R. Yes. Okay. So now 1 sample t-test over, 2 sample t-test over. Which is the third sample t-test? Third is paired sample t-test. Paired. Let me put it. PAI paired sample t-test. This is the test. See, paired sample t-test. Actually, the data is here. The data is longitudinal. Data is longitudinal. Data should be longitudinal. Data should be longitudinal. What is longitudinal data? That from same respondents, you are collecting data at 2 different points. Jaise, before attending this workshop, your inclination for switching to R, and after attending this workshop, Chalk and Talk Foundations workshop, your inclination to switch to R. Yes, अब मुझे चेक करना है क्या ये जो वर्कशॉप मैंने 2 दिन का मैंने अटेंड किया, इसका कुछ फर्क पड़ा है मुझ पे या नहीं पड़ा है? सो नल क्या बोलेगा, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा है. There is no impact of Chalk and Talks Foundation on my inclination to learn R. Alternate क्या बोलेगा, नहीं impact हुआ है. So as a researcher, you always try to reject the null hypothesis. Most of the people, they try to reject the null hypothesis. But you can only reject the null hypothesis when there are evidences. Otherwise not. अभी जरा सब लोग ध्यान देना, मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, data should be longitudinal. Longitudinal. When I say longitudinal data, it means from the same respondent, you should collect data at 2 different points. Huh?
Sir, one question. So if I say the longitudinal data same as the panel data, because in the panel data, we also follow the same respondent over the time period. Like in the first round of survey, we conducted survey for the same individual. And in the second round, we are conducted the same different set of patient, or for showing some impact of anything intervention, then we are conducted same respondent. So should we say longitudinal and panel data is called the same type of?
I think in literature people call it same, but again, Jhumki, again I'm saying longitudinal data, time series data, I haven't worked with it, so I have no authority to comment on it. But yes, longitudinal data kya hota hai? Jhumki, you are correct. It means from the same set of respondents, you are collecting data again and again. Jhumki, that way you are correct. But I don't know whether longitudinal and panel is same or not. I don't know. Let me confess it honestly.
So I think cross-sectional data is the same, somewhat vice versa of longitudinal.
No. See, abhi ye jo, see for pairs, see, when do we use paired t-test? When we want to know, see, when we want to know whether certain interventions had worked or not. जैसे वैक्सीन लगने के पहले your vulnerability towards corona and वैक्सीन लगने के बाद your vulnerability towards corona. ठीक है, okay, ऐसा छोड़ दो. Let's say impact of coaching classes on students' performance. Let's say the impact of coaching classes on students' performance. So how will you measure impact? So before attending coaching classes, what was the marks, and after attending coaching classes, what are the marks? ट्रेनिंग के पहले आपका मार्क्स कैसा था, ट्रेनिंग के बाद आपका मार्क्स कैसा है. सो सी नॉर्मली क्या होता है कि व्हेन यू कलेक्ट, सी व्हेनेवर you see, when do you apply a paired sample t-test? In paired sample t-test, you need to collect data from one person at 2 different points. That is before the intervention and after the intervention.
Sir, just one query. Sir, like if we have to collect data from the same person at 2 points of time, like, sir, is it the same like the population from which the sample is being drawn shall remain the same?
No, I'm
Like,
not getting you. I'm not getting you. With the
sir,
population,
like
what?
in case of longitudinal data, shall the sample on which the test is being conducted should be the same at 2 points of time, or the population from which we are drawing the sample shall remain same at 2 points of time?
Okay, so this question is related to sampling, sir. So please note it. When you talk about longitudinal data, of course, the sample that you will be drawing, it will be from one population, sir. It will be from one population.
So that is what I'm saying for the longitudinal data, the population from which the sample is being drawn should remain the same. Because then it is very difficult for a researcher to collect the data from the same individual at 2 points of time. Like,
But it is possible, sir. See, normally, see, मैं क्या बताता हूँ? I'll tell you an example. See, when does PAD? I'll give one example. I was working in a college in Mumbai. So there they organized one program for teachers. Teachers were sensitized towards computers and all those things, email and all those things. Because teachers are not that good in tech. Teachers are not that techno-savvy. ऐसे program organize किया था. So उधर क्या हुआ मालूम है क्या कि teachers attended that workshop and nobody paid attention to it. People were in fun mood. They enjoyed free lectures. So it means the impact of training was almost zero. If the principal had made a caveat that before this training session, your knowledge will be tested about computers, and after the training session, your knowledge will be tested on computers. So if there is a significant difference, then training has worked. If there is no significant difference, then mean training has not worked. What Manoj ji is asking, see, data collection, it's a very tedious job. When you are collecting same data from two different persons, from same person at two different points, yes, you need to contact that respondent before and after, and you really have to run from pillar to post sometimes in order to get the data from that particular person. I hope I answered your query, Manoj ji. I hope I answered your query. If I'm not answered, I'll try to convince you.
Sir, actually, sir, we are applying pair T test. Actually, that test we are saying pair T test. In medical science, we are applying.
People apply, yeah, medical science, in social science. So people apply for PAT T test.
Pair T test.
PAT T test. Okay, people apply for PAT T test. See, I'll show you this. Did I talk about this Chick-weight data? Neha, just pay attention. Perhaps it might interest you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Manoj ji, you also pay attention. Yes, see this Chick-weight data. Chick-weight data. If you see this Chick-weight data, this is from 1 to 10. Sorry, 1 to 12. This is same chick. When a chick is born from a hen, अंडे से वो मुर्गी निकलती है ना, तो एक चिक का डेटा 12 टाइम पे 12 अलग-अलग टाइमों पे मेजर किया गया. सी वेट, चिक 1 का टाइम 1 पर वेट 42 था. सॉरी, टाइम 0 पे व्हेन द चिक वाज बोर्न. सी व्हेन ये पहला चिक जब वो पैदा हुआ तो उसका वजन 42 था और उसको ये डाइट दिया जा रहा था. फिर थोड़े 2 दिन के बाद उसी चिक का फिर से वजन किया गया, वजन बढ़ा गया, डाइट ये था. उसी चिक का 4 दिन के बाद ये वजन था. ऐसे एक चिक से अलग अलग टाइम पर ऐसा 12 टाइम पे डेटा निकाला गया. होता है मनोज जी. From now, see, this is a chick is there in your workshop, or for that matter in a butcher house. लोग उठा के measure कर लेंगे अलग अलग दिन पे. But when you are contacting people, I'll tell you, one of my friend is at SP Jain Institute. So he was conducting in Corona time only, he was conducting a survey. So he was collecting, normally he was doing a 2-wave study. You see all A category general, A star mein. वहाँ पे people do 2-wave study. 2-wave study means before and after they conduct all this longitudinal study. Yes. So that my friend, he contacted me during Corona, and after 6 months again he tried to collect my data. So from again he tried to collect the data from me. So people do. Then you have to do proper marking, masking. Let's say 100 people have responded 3 months before. So 3 months after, again you will reach out to those 100 respondents. Then sometimes it can happen that people will not respond. Then accordingly you have to take care. that you have to remove that data set, because before data is there, after data set is not there, then you have to remove that data also sometimes. Okay. So what I mean to say is that go and explore this chick-weight data. Neha, Manoj, and other people who are interested, go and explore this chick-weight data. You will get most of your answers. Yeah. Okay.
Sir, one more query, sir.
Huh.
Sir, let us say if sir, I'm just asking for my own knowledge. So let us say if there is a some government program that is to be implemented.
Huh.
I have to measure what changes what changes are taking place due to that program. Let us say I selected a sample of 30, collected some data from that sample. Okay. One, that program was implemented or applied to that 30 people. So after 1 month, let's say I'm again collecting the same, I'm collecting the data from the same individual for the same variables. Sir, in that case, shall we apply the paired
t-test? Paired t-test. Yes, sir. You're correct. You're okay, correct.
Sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Please, whenever all of you pay attention, whenever you do impact of, see, normally, no, मैं आपको बताऊं कि there are many people who don't understand research. People take this topic, impact of GST on SME. How will you measure? Come on, tell me. Impact of GST on SME. How will you measure it? So see, whenever you do impact study, no, then you can only say that a particular thing has effect. A particular thing has an impact when you have data at 2 points, before and after. Whether government's policy has worked or not. So you need to have before government policy, what was people's socio-economic indicator. After government policy came as an intervention, what was people's socio-economic status. So go and measure socio-economic status at 2 different points and then apply paired t-test. Okay, Rumanji, come on, ask the question.
Yes, my question is that, sir, can we apply paired t-test in the case of citation analysis? Let's say citation analysis. Citation analysis.
Okay, what is it? No, can you elaborate more? What is citation? I'm not getting it.
Citation analysis.
Achha, citation analysis. What citation analysis means? Like, are you talking about bibliometric analysis, all those things?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a part of a bibliometric analysis. Actually, I came from library science background, so that's why I used to of it.
To answer you, Ruman Malik, मैं कहीं पर पढ़ रहा था. Again, it's a stray example. It's just a stray example. So I was reading somewhere and वहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ लिखा था कि suddenly, हाँ एक ऐसा लिखा कहा था किसका? Let me remember. Citation analysis try first of all. Ruman ji, I haven't used paired t-test on citation analysis, but if you have numbers, before and after 2 points pay, then just try paired sample t-test. Perhaps it might work. And there are people who conduct workshops on bibliometric analysis. So you can definitely ask them this question that
sir, let's say, sir, we have an example, sir. If we are focusing on one publication, so let's say now a publication has 100 citations, but after 2 months it reached to 150. So we can compare these both.
But see, no, before 2 months it was 100, after 2 months it is 150. But why suddenly it has gone 150? Has there any intervention? See, whenever there is intervention,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you have certain intervention like training, yes, or like a vaccine, yes, sir. See, see, in experimental studies, people use paired sample t-test, whether a particular intervention has worked or not. Before my workshop, your inclination towards migrating to R, and after my workshop, your inclination towards migrating to R. If I can have data set at 2 points, then I can apply paired sample t-test. Whichever field it would be, Rumanji, whether it is library science, whether it is for that matter medical science, everywhere. If you have data at 2 different points, you can definitely apply paired sample t-test. Okay.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay. Now just pay attention.
Thank you, sir.
Now just pay. See what is the null hypothesis in paired sample t-test? Come on, anyone? Yes. Mean before training या mean, let's say marks, mean marks before
Before
training,
and after is equal to
mean marks before training is equal to mean marks
after training.
After training. This is the null, and null basically we try to reject it. What will be the alternative? That mean marks before training is not equal to mean marks after training. If you reject the null hypothesis, it means training has impacted. So whether a particular intervention has worked or not, you can only say with you can only have a conclusive evidence when you reject the null hypothesis. Now I don't have any experimental data, but I'll use this empty cars data. So there is an empty cars data. All of you just pay attention. There is an empty cars data. All of you just pay attention. This is empty cars data. It is data set from US car magazine something. Again, I'll cook up this data. I'll cook up this data. Normally, I don't advise researchers to cook the data. When you are doing a research, you are doing a social service. Just imagine, I normally say that research is not for I generally take it for myself that when I do research, I'm not bothered about career advancement scheme. I'm not bothered about that I will get a good job. Research, it should come out of intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation means there should not be anything working that if I do research, I'll get this, I'll do research, I'll do that. I do not believe in this. At least that is my view. You can have a different perspective, nothing wrong about it. But whenever you are doing a research, please see to it, never cook the data. I've seen many people, they cook their data. I know, I never advise. You should not touch. If your respondents have given their responses, recorded their responses, you cannot go and manipulate their responses. That is unethical. You should not do it. Then you are not doing research. You are doing manipulation. Okay. There is something in the chat section. Okay. All of you pay attention. Now all of you pay attention. Can you see this DRAT data? DRAT 3.90, 3.90, 3.85. This is DRAT data. And can you see this weight? 2.6, 2.85, 2.85, 2.85. Let us say this weight data is before training and DRAT is after training. Let us assume. I'm just manipulating the variables. I'm not manipulating the data, but for your understanding, I don't have any inbuilt data set. It must be there. I need to check it out, but I don't have as of now any such data. Okay. So now what I'll do, I want this DRAT and weight. Why I chose DRAT and weight? Because they look identical. See, I can't use displacement and weight. No, but DRAT and weight है ना कि almost similar है लगभग. इसका 3 है तो इसका 2 है, इसका 3.8 इसका 2.15 है. This is 2.6 and this is 3.56. So let's say ये जो DRAT है, this is before training and weight is after training. Yes, okay. Now can I use DRAT? DRAT. It is showing me error. Why it is showing me error? Ruman ji, आपने एक सवाल पूछा था.
Yes, sir. We need to attach first empty cars.
Very good. Now attach empty cars. Huh? This is attach empty cars. Now use DRAT and now use weight. Okay. Now I'll do one more manipulation. What I'll do, this DRAT is there, no DRAT. I will name it. Let's say this DRAT ko. Let's say before training. Let's say I'll name it BT. Before training is equal to DRAT. See, I've created a vector. And this DRAT tha na DRAT, I've changed its names to BT, that is before training. And ये जो weight है ना weight, I will make it after training 80. You see, I've created two vectors, 80 and BT. BT stands for before training, 80 stands for after training. Yes, I've just manipulated it for your understanding. Now I'll apply paired sample t-test.
Yes? Is it the renaming of the variable?
Renaming of the variable, yes sir. Sometimes you also use vector to rename the variables. Very good.
Yes.
So t.test. Let's say मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि इसका कोड क्या है? Okay. I'm just forgetting it now. Let me check t.test. I don't have any code written. I'm forgetting it now. Let me check it. क्या है इसका? When I stuck up, I see this. यहाँ पे खाली मुझे paired equal to 2 लिखना पड़ेगा. And same ही है. ठीक है, कुछ नहीं है. So t.test. BT, comma 80 paired equal to, see by default ये false लेता है. By default this is false, so I will make it true. I'll only write T. Let me check होता है क्या? Can anybody interpret the result? I think let's Manoranjan sir can interpret the result. Even he is very senior, he can interpret the result. Manoranjan ji, can you interpret the result? Okay. Jumki, can you interpret the result?
Yes, sir. Like p value is like greater than like 0.05. So we can say that like
We failed to reject
no,
the.
sorry sir, sorry, one thing, so t value is 1.5, that is less than 1.96, like as we cut off the t value is 1.96, the t value is showing that it's lower than the 1.96, so we can say that we can reject the null hypothesis.
No, we failed to reject the null hypothesis.
So we accept.
We fail to reject and we accept. That's why I'm saying no. That's why. See, when I use accept, Manoj sir said you can't use accept. See, normally in ordinary understanding we understand. See, first of all, let me use a colloquial language. Colloquial means jo in normal conversation we say, it might be scientifically wrong. First of all, I cannot reject my null hypothesis. When I cannot reject my null hypothesis, to put it wrongly in a right way, I'm accepting my null hypothesis. It means mean before training is equal to mean after training. This I have to accept it. It means training का कोई impact नहीं पड़ा है. Training has no impact because mean marks before training and mean marks after training is same. Training would have worked if after training marks would have been statistically significant. ज़्यादा होना चाहिए था, है ना? And let us check the mean also, by the way. Mean AT, mean BT. Enter. This is the mean of before training, and upper arrow key back after 3. 3.59 is equal to 3.21. Same ही है, almost same है. Training has no impact. People have not focused nicely in the training program. Either the problem was with the trainer, either the problem was with the participants, or either the ambience was not good. As a researcher, go and find out why training didn't work for this set of respondents. Now here yes, Manoj, yes.
The mean has reduced basically.
In fact, mean has reduced. Now you should ask question whether this workshop has impacted you or not impacted. You should really ask a question, because 4 hours yesterday you spent.
It's really impactful, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, chalo, theek hai. So should I erase? Okay. So now you will be asking, sir, you have not tested any assumption in paired sample t-test. Okay, this was BT and this was AT. Yes. Now you remember parametric test have assumption, normality assumption, homogeneity of variance assumption. I didn't check any, straight away applied. See, first of all, in paired sample t-test, the assumption, normality assumption is there. But whose normality will you check? You should check normality of the difference of the two scores. It means what I will do, BT minus AT. Yes, and I will put it in a vector called, let's say, X. And here I will apply Shapiro test. Shapiro X, enter. And see, this P value is greater than 0.5. And in the difference of both the marks, you should apply normality on them, not on these data. Getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
Manoj will have a query, I'm sure. Manoj, tell me.
The difference, sir.
Yes, sir, tell me now.
Sir, why are you applying like normality on the difference of BT and AT?
See, actually, that is what assumption is in paired sample t-test. The difference of both the marks, this should be normal, not this and not this.
Any sir logic like?
Logic, actually, this is a rule. In fact, even if you go and read the the person who has devised this test, so they calculate normality on the difference of the marks.
Sir, I have a query.
Yes, sir.
Let us say, like, if a researcher is going to collect data after some program has been implemented, so do not have data like for the like
before the program.
Before the program. Then, sir, which test is to be applied?
Yeah, see, again, when you are collecting data after the program, I'll answer in a very two way. I'll give two answers. Let's say you're collecting data after the program and you want to check the satisfaction level. Satisfaction level. And let's say you have used Likert scale 1 to 5, sir. Okay. Now, if you calculate average of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, yes, what will be the average? Average will roughly come around 3.5 somewhere. Let me check it. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Yes, let me put a box. इसका average कितना होगा? Divided by 5. Divided by 5. 3. So let's say you collected data after the program, and if your mean goes about 3, it means people are happy with the program. If your mean comes below the 3, that means people are not happy with the program. Manojji, this is how you will infer. So this you will, here you will simply run the one sample t-test. But let's say this is the statistical method. Now there is a procedural method of fixing this issue. That you collected data after the program. Let's say I have no data about your inclination to learn R before you attending this workshop. So what I will do, I will create a questionnaire and I will ask you, how was your liking for shifting to R after learning SPSS? So I will create a questionnaire in such a way that I will come to the closest response of you shifting to R before this workshop. But that is very tedious and technical because there will a lot of measurement issues will crop up, sir. Because people will not have, because see, when you are taking responses from people, no, their response is highly contextualized. Now after this workshop, when somebody says, "Are you comfortable with that?" You will say, "Yes, I'm comfortable. I can know." But sometimes if I give you a question, so your present performance will have an impact on your past performance. So sometimes that's why now you have to devise your instrument, survey instrument, very ingeniously, sir. Okay, so two ways. Hope I have addressed your query, Manojji.
Sir, sir, can I just ask something?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Sir, let us say if there is a program of the government, that is the crop insurance program.
Okay.
Or for that matter, the Ujjwala program.
Okay.
So if I'm interested to see what changes has been there due to the Ujjwala program.
Okay.
And I'm collecting data only after Ujjwala program. Ujjwala program has been implemented by the government.
Okay.
I'm not only going to measure the level of satisfaction.
Okay. See, normally Ujjwala program, it's a very.
Let us say, sir, I'm going to measure the impact of Ujjwala program on the health of the women, like the one who is cooking.
Okay.
Then, sir,
See, I answered this before. You have to devise your survey in such a way that you have to make your respondent feel that how was their life before Ujjwala scheme. So you have to ask such questions to them that my life was very difficult when I was not having gas stove. It was very difficult for me to cook food on time. Maybe you have to devise your question in such a way that your respondent should feel that how their status was when Ujjwala scheme was not there for them. Getting?
Then you have to apply paired sample test.
There you can apply paired sample test. See, normally these are macro level, Manojji, these are macro level topics. So sometimes you need not do empirical survey also, sir. Sometimes you simply mention that you see. I'll tell you one interesting fact, Manojji. I recently, like in the month of August, I attended one international summit at IIM Ahmedabad. And there one lady, she extracted National Family Health Survey data, NFHS data, and she was trying to look at a problem that how women change their diet when they travel. Okay, I'll give an example. See, normally I have to speak for 4 hours. No, today 5:30 to 9:30, I speak for 4 hours. So I've kept a biscuit packet here. I've kept a glass of water here. Yes, biscuit packet, glass of water. Why? Because see, after speaking for more than 2 hours, my throat will dry. And normally, before me coming for this workshop, I don't eat anything. I only have a glass of tea. So now see, my behavior is changed because I have to speak at a length for almost 4 hours. So similarly, a woman in hinterland villages, when they travel long distance, accordingly they change their diet, because there are no washrooms and there are no spots where people can address the nature call. So that woman, she was using one professor at IIM Ahmedabad, lady faculty, she was using NFHS data to answer this. Now NFHS data will never be a longitudinal data. It is a real-time data. Real-time data, what I understand, it's a cross-sectional data. So sometimes you have to be very, very genius, Manojji, to use a cross-sectional data and answer backdated problem. Again, try. Research is what I believe about research. Research is full of possibilities. If you're really inclined to do a quality research, nothing can stop you, nothing can prevent you. Do it, you can stop you. How you look at problem, that is very, very important.
Yes.
Okay, so this much philosophical debate, okay. Acha, anybody else would like, has any query, would like to ask something? Okay, so now what I'll do is that, let me check ANOVA. ANOVA, all of you pay attention. ANOVA, again, I'm going to use tooth growth data. In tooth growth data, there is length. I have attached this file, again, I'll not attach. Tooth growth data I have attached. So there is length and there is dose. See, length is your metric data, continuous data. And your dose, in dose, there are 3 levels. 0.5, 1, 2, 0.5, 1, okay. So guinea pigs are given 3 doses, 0.5, 1, 2, 3 doses. So when you have more than 2 categories, there ANOVA comes. When you have 2 categories and you want to check the difference in mean, when you have 2 categories and you want to check the difference in mean, you use ISTT. Now, when you have more than 2 categories and you want to check the difference in mean, then you use ANOVA. So ANOVA is nothing but an extension of independent sample t-test. Agree or not? Let me put it. What is ANOVA? ANOVA is an extension of independent sample t-test. Agree or not?
Yes,
Agree
sir.
or not? ANOVA is an
Yes,
extension of independent sample t-test. In independent sample t-test, you have 2 categories. In ANOVA, you have more than 2 categories. So in ANOVA, what will be the null hypothesis? Come on, Manoranjan ji, can you respond? See, I'm forgetting lot many people. Durgesh is there, no? Durgesh? Okay, I think Durgesh is not there. Okay. Can anybody frame the null hypothesis in ANOVA? Mean of dose 1 is equal to mean of dose 2 is equal to mean of dose 3. Agreeing? Agreeing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It means no matter what dose you give to the guinea pigs, the length is going to remain the same. It means if you focus on the null hypothesis says that doses have no impact. There is no difference, means doses have no impact on the tooth growth of guinea pigs. This is what it is saying. As a researcher, we all are hell-bent to reject the null hypothesis. We all try to reject the null hypothesis. Okay, that's the irony. If you don't reject the null hypothesis, no, you don't get sleep also. I was writing one paper and moderation was not coming. I was applying SEM, structure equation modeling, last year. And my moderation was not coming significant. Means I was not able to reject it. I like, what argument will I give? Sometimes if you're not rejecting a null hypothesis, you land in trouble. Not in a trouble in the sense, you have to give a very strong argument why your null is not rejected. Then you have to accordingly write in the discussion section that why this has not worked. Okay, chalo, check. So all of you pay attention. Now ANOVA is a parametric test. First assumption is normality assumption. Normality assumption on this. Now if you remember, we applied normality Shapiro-Wilk test on length, and it says data is normally distributed. Now what we have to do, we have to apply homogeneity of variance across the 3 groups. The spread in the standard deviation is same. So what I'll do, first I'll do a box plot, visual representation. Manoranjan ji, visual representation. So length depends upon dose, and let's say n color equal to C 2, 3, 4. Manoranjan ji, what this diagram tells you about homogeneity of variance? Neha? Yes, Manoranjan ji, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually, in picture 2, actually, there is a more heterogeneity.
No heterogeneity, sir. See, almost the spread is same, sir. See, in pink.
It appears, sir.
It appears to be same. See, in pink,
The difference is not visible.
above black line and below black line, data is same. Here also in green line, above almost same. In blue, almost same.
Okay,
Sir, picture is giving you clear indication, sir. But never trust the picture. By the way, you should discover ANSCOM data. There is one beautiful data, ANSCOM data. There it really cheats you like anything. Picture cheats you. ANSCOM data.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now pay attention. We'll check. Okay. Which is the test for checking homogeneity of variance? Come on. Which is the test? Homogeneity of variance. Which is the test? Which is the test? Which is the test, yeah?
Levenet test.
Levenet test, yeah. Levenet test in which
Bartlett
package?
also there, sir.
Bartlett also. Very good.
Sir, 11 is in moments and the 11
is in car. Bartlett is there in the base package.
Bartlett is there.
So already I have installed the car package. No. So Levenet test. And say Levenet test, what is the symbol? Levenet test. I'll say length depends upon dose, DOSC dose. See, p value greater than 0.05. It means variance is homogeneous across the group. This p value should be greater than 0.05. Yes. Okay. Okay. Normality test satisfied. Homogeneity of variance test satisfied.
I have a query.
Yes, Manoj. Yes.
Sir, like while interpreting the result, when we are applying any test like the present one, if the p value is greater than 0.05, but let us say there are two values, both are greater than 0.05. One is like 0. Let's say 2, another is 0.4. So does it make any difference, or like can we just say that both are normally?
See, first of all, 0.05. This is the value, sir. This is alpha
yes,
value.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And compare this with this.
If there are two values greater than 0.05, but those two values are not. Let's say if there is one value 0.2, another value is 0.4.
0.4.
We have applied. Yes, we have applied these tests on two data sets.
Okay.
In case of one, it is. So I mean, I'm just asking, sir. Can we say that the data, in case of the like data where the p value is 0.4, is like more normal than the like?
No. See, first of all, no 0.4 by first of all, when you
I'm
say
just giving some hypothetical example just to make my point.
I got it. See, in Levenet test, you are taking all the three groups and checking their difference on the length. What? Just a second, I need to charge my laptop. Just a second. Just a second. My battery. Okay. Manoj ji, 0.4. By no chance it is smaller than 0.05. If you are getting 0.4, it means it is greater than 0.05. And if it is 0.4, again, you are you will not reject your null hypothesis. Yes. I think battery became very close. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, Manoj ji is saying like 0.4. Yes. And second is 0.2. Now, by every chance, 0.4 and 0.2, they are greater than 0.05. Yes. So if you get 0.4 or 0.2, it means you will not reject your null hypothesis. Here, see,
sir, I'm asking something else, sir.
Tell me what
I'm asking.
Tell me.
Sir, I'm asking, let us say if there are two data sets. When we are applying this Levenet test, in case of one data set, the p value is 0.2. In case of another data set, the p-value is 0.4. As per the result, both the data sets are normally distributed.
No, see, normal distribution. See, normal distribution apply the test. No, apply.
Sorry, sir. Both the data set has a like homogeneity of the variance.
Variance are homogeneous. Yes, both the data variance are homogeneous.
Can we say that in case of the like data where the like this p-value is coming 0.4 is more homogeneous than in case of the data?
Normally people don't say that which is more homogeneous and which is less homogeneous. Only people comment that is there homogeneity across the groups. Yes, okay, people don't compare within homogeneity, sir. Actually, that is not there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So Leibniz test over. Now I'll apply ANOVA. Suddenly my light, computer ka light kam ho gaya na. Okay.
Sir, I have a query, sir.
Sir, actually, it was
sir, while applying Leibniz test and Bartlett test, sir, sir, can it depend on degree of freedom, sir?
Degree of freedom, actually, sir, degree of freedom and all is calculated by default, sir. By default. But I'll tell you once. See, I answered this question before also, not in a different way in this perspective. But I said if you have to make a choice between Leibniz test and Bartlett test, go for Leibniz test, because Bartlett test is not sensitive towards normality. It's very lenient. Degrees of freedom and also actually here it is calculated by the function itself. Now when I apply Leibniz test and see this is how much data, length is 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So n minus 2 something is there, 60 or n minus 3 something, because
yes, sir, n minus 3 na, because
yeah. So automatically degrees of freedom, Manoranjan ji, it's taken care by the function itself. Actually, that should not matter. Degrees of freedom people don't consider. People don't consider all those things. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Now what I'll do, I'll apply ANOVA. See the command for ANOVA. All of you just pay attention. Huh? See the command for ANOVA is AOV, and length depends upon dose. If I do this, what is it coming? See. Can you interpret? Can you interpret? You can't interpret anything, because I have to save this in a vector A, and then I need to run summary. Now you can interpret. See, focus on this. Focus on this. This is my p-value. You have 3 star. 3 star means your p-value is less than 0.001. It means 100% null rejected. Whenever you see this star, no, it means null rejected. And whenever you get this E is exponential, by the way, exponential, it is not error. So whenever you see this star, it means null rejected. It means mean of dose 1 is equal to means all the 3 means are not same. All the 3 means are not same. So I reject the null hypothesis. Now in ANOVA, people go for post hoc analysis. People use Tukey HSD. So let me apply Tukey HSD. Let me see it works or what. Tukey HSD A. It is not showing me because dose ka class kya hai? Just a second. Give me some time, because dose ka class, it is showing numeric. It should not take as a factor. Sorry, class CLASS. See, can you see? Actually, if you focus on dose, this should be a factor data, but here dose is being taken as a numeric data. So now I need to change the class of this data. This should be categorical data, but here it is being read as a ratio data. So that's why I'm not getting Tukey HSD test. All of you pay attention. Let me repeat it once again so that there is a lot of clarity. So what I'll do, I will first apply ANOVA. The command for ANOVA is simply short, AOV. Okay. Now mean is not same. We saw the result, mean same nahi hai. Now whose mean is not same? See, ANOVA will reject even if one mean is different. Let's say mean 1 is equal to mean 2, but 2 is not equal to 3. Even if one mean is different, no, ANOVA will reject the null. So now I need to understand that which 2 groups mean is not same. I need to understand. so that that particular dose I can give to guinea pigs, and accordingly I can increase the length of the tooth growth. So second is Tukey HSD. This is your post hoc test. This Tukey HSD, this is a post hoc analysis. This is a post hoc test. There is also a test called Duncan test. Duncan. People use it. I will not confuse you. Now, first, what I need to do. First, what I need to do. Please understand that dose. This dose is the class of this dose is numeric. I need to change it to factor. So the command is as dot factor dose. Now, if I check class dose, no, again it is not taking. It should as dot factor. Just a second. And let me create a vector as z is equal to as dot factor dose. Now z. Now let me check the class of z factor. See, ये जो मेरा dose का data था ना, dose का data, it was a numeric data, and you can't use numeric data in ANOVA. One should be metric, other should be non-metric. So that's why I was not getting Tukey HSD test. So what I did, I changed this dose ka type as factor. So I used the command z. I created a vector z, and now I named it as dot factor dose. And see here, z is created, and it is a factor with 3 levels. Factor with, you can see in the environment window, z factor with 3 levels. So now I will use z. So what I'll do, xx equal to AOV, yes, length depends upon z. Z means dose. Take it this way. Okay, now I'll use summary. Summary xx. Okay, can you see? This p value is less than 0.05. Null reject. Now what I'll do, I'll apply the Tukey HSD. Let me apply Tukey. It should work, yeah. It should work. Tukey. Wait. What I'll do is just summary ka command hai na. Summary. I will store in, let's say, ZZ. And now I will apply Tukey HSD. Tukey HSD ZZ. It's not working. It's not working because of that factor data only. But okay, I made my point. You can go and try. What I meant to say is that all the means are not same. All the means are not same. You can just go and interpret it. All the means are not same. So far what we focused, one sample t-test, independent sample t-test, paired sample t-test, ANOVA. Getting ANOVA, you should run Tukey HSD, yeah, in order to understand which two groups are not same. Okay, so I'm not able to do it now. Maybe I have to try 1, 2, 3 times, then it will work. Normally, sometimes I get stuck up here and there. Okay. So what's the time now? Hello. Let me stop sharing. What's the time now? 8 o'clock.
About to 8.
About to 8. So what we'll do is that, so now 10 people are there. So we started with today, I think 15 were there, no, today? So we were 10. Okay, so what we'll do is that it's now almost 7:55. 8:10 sharp we will meet, and we'll see some advanced social science statistics. I'll come to social science. Yeah, okay. Some advanced statistics we will see. Okay. So let me pause the recording.